Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to another TGIF Talks, episode 77. I'm your host, Dr. Sheep, joined by my co-host, Anonymous Phil.
Hi.
Roll the intro.
Wouldn't you like to get away?
It's
Hawaii. Well, not that big. We'll get to that, though. These podcasts are broken down into 4 parts. First, we have how our weeks have been, followed by the news. Today, we're talking about fusion. And then followed by your comments, which we'll all be talking about the future of the channel, because there's lots to talk about. In today's 4th segment, I think we'll just recap our last adventure.
Yeah.
To the middle of frickin' nowhere. So, I have lots of stuff to talk about. Lots of stuff has happened in the past week. But why don't you go ahead and tell me how uninteresting your week was. Because your weeks never seem to be interesting.
Pretty much sums it up.
Did you find it? You're still looking for jobs?
Yeah. Actually, it got me...
We're 1 minute in.
Your brother got me in contact with a friend that he knows that works at LES.
Oh, okay.
And so...
When did you see him?
At the party that you were supposed to attend.
Well, he did go.
I texted you that he went.
Oh, so he still managed to make it to his movie with his friend.
Yeah.
Friend.
Oh,
there's stuff to talk about. There's all kinds of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. So he showed up. Had a good conversation, and we're still trying to work it out. I tried to send in an application today and realized their site was down. So I called them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yes. When you you type in les.com, click on careers." I said I did that, and they said next thing you know, I click on the application page, and he said, "Oh, you are right. It doesn't load." They hadn't realized until I called that their site was down.
Oh, gotta love it. They're like, have you been to their actual place?
No.
Here on 27th Street? It's like a government agency. You walk in there, they got glass this freaking thick. It's just this boring white room with a map of I think Lincoln and I was standing in line with this guy who was talking to the person at the desk. I'm just like, well, this is fun.
Why were you there?
I had to bring my social security card in because I don't exist.
What?
Well, that's a good thing.
You don't exist?
Right, because that means nobody's ever used my social security number for anything. So when all these places look up my social security number, they're like, what? This person doesn't exist. So then they have to confirm that I have a social security number. Which is why Robinhood had such a pain, had to have my social security card.
Why did you go to LES for all that?
Because they wanted to see my social security card. They need a copy of it.
For you living here?
Yeah. So I could turn on my power. And they need to prove that I'm an actual person. I didn't steal this person's social security number.
You have to take the little quiz to make sure you're not a robot?
No. I bleed, I itch, I have rashes, I am a human being.
Can you identify the numbers of a road sign, of a poorly taken picture of a road sign?
Actually, Google's were these little drawn pictures, and it's identify the parrot. I'm like, I think that looks like a parrot. I'm not sure. It just looks like a bird, but whatever. I don't see any other birds here, so that must be it.
I said identify the number. They all look like elephants to me.
This one was just because my computer updated, and every time it freaking updates, oh no, sorry, it was the laptop. Yeah. I was logging my laptop so I could apply for jobs, and it logged me out of everything, so I had to re-log into things, and that caused all kinds of problems, and oh my god, it was a pain. Long story short,
you failed the quiz.
I passed it because there was the only bird on there. But I wouldn't have called it a parrot. I would have called it some sort of bird. But whatever.
A parrot?
Parrot.
Oh, a parrot. I thought you said a pear.
No, it's supposed to be identify the parrot. And I'm like, that looks like just a bird, but I don't see any other birds, so that must be the parrot. It doesn't look like a parrot.
No, I think it was funny. Enough. It was funny the other way. You're supposed to identify the pair, but they all look like birds.
That is funny.
They all look like birds.
Anyway,
What pair are you talking?
okay, I guess you do have something interesting to talk about. How was the family gathering Sunday?
Oh, there was water skiing in Bowdoin.
So
I didn't do
so
any of
you
that
told-
because I didn't bring swim trunks.
Nobody told you.
Yeah, 90% of the other people didn't do it either. Todd remembered, or Todd knew about it, or at least
Our uncle. Our car guy.
our uncle, the car guy, he knew. Well, at least maybe it wasn't in shorts. I don't remember.
Maybe he just didn't care.
But he was water skiing in Tubin.
Well, he does let go sometimes.
Yeah.
Or actually, he's letting go more often. But anyways, did they talk about me?
Yeah, they were like, why is Doc not here?
Oh my God, you're horrible today. And what did... I'm assuming your mom covered for me, because she texted me.
No, she didn't realize that you weren't going to be there.
She sent a text to me that morning. Hey, are you going to come to our house? I'm like, no, I'm going to see a movie.
And she was like, why is this cup?
This first 6 minutes is going to kill me. But go on. Why is Doc not there?
Well, yeah, and I told her about the movie. About how you went to go see a movie.
Did you tell her I just went to see a movie, or you're like, he's going with a friend?
Yeah, I went with a friend. Oh, what kind of friend?
Oh, dear. Did they all ask what kind of friend?
The pickle lady.
Well, yes, I know the pickle lady. We'll just call her Mrs. Wages.
Mrs. Wages.
Yes, Mrs. Wages.
Miss Pickle.
No. No, that defeats the purpose. Miss Wages.
Miss Wages.
I was with Miss Wages, but so that's what you told them?
Yeah.
And they didn't ask anything else?
They were like, is this like a friend thing or a close friend thing? I said, I think it's just a friend thing.
Good. Otherwise, I'll be interrogated. However, okay, so there's
Your brother.
I have so many stories. Okay, we'll start the big one. So on the way back from the movie, right? We're going to my car to get the canvas because she's making me a painting for above my fireplace.
Mm-hmm. She's an artist?
Yes. So anyways, we're going to my truck to get the edit, and here's my brother walking with his date to the movies.
What is the gender of this date?
Oh, she's female.
Okay.
She was black, is black, and and she was wearing a quite short skirt. And Miss Wages was just like, oh, so he's got a girlfriend. I'm like, apparently. And she's like, you didn't know? I'm like, I don't talk to him. You don't talk to your brother? I'm like, no, we don't have that kind of relationship.
And you had this conversation all within a 6-foot radius of him?
No, this was after he walked past.
Oh, do you say hello and who's
I
this?
was just like, looking at, because
who are you?
No, so we had our masks on. He didn't, but it is kind of dark. But you know how you always just like, because like, oh, I can't hear you, so you take your mask off, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can't see you, so let me take my mask off. But I was just like, said my brother's name, and he's like, oh, hey.
I think I know you from somewhere.
And he's like, oh, hey. And he said my name, and I'm like, are you going to see Shang-Chi? And he's just like, no, we're going to see a different movie. And then that was the extent of the conversation, and then me and Miss Wages.
But you never
continued the
asked, like,
conversation.
who's this?
No, we just kept walking because Miss Wage had to get back to her apartment so she could finish homework because she's still in college.
And so you haven't texted him, like, so who is you?
I don't care.
But
If
you are
it continues-
interested, right?
Well, if it continues any further, we'll find out at Thanksgiving. If it doesn't continue further, this is the pointless conversation.
But Miss Wages had a painting to get back to.
No, she had actual homework to get to.
Oh, the Canvas online thing.
No, yes.
She had to get back
Either way, she had to get back to a canvas.
I didn't know if this was the painting or the online thing.
No, it's online. No. That's why she had to get back to her apartment so she could do that.
She has school.
Yes. She was originally going to walk back to her apartment.
She's
She looked
senior?
at the kid. Yes. We got to my truck and she's like going to reach for the door. I'm like, oh, you want in? She's like, yeah, it's a bit too big to carry back to my house. I'm like, fair enough. So I drove her to her apartment. Like, she's only like a few blocks away, but she's like,
She didn't want to walk.
not with the 30 by 40 paint canvas. It's a big canvas. I want I'm getting some sort of Starry Night-esque thing.
Have her paint. Pablo Picasso's. Wait, it was no Van Gogh.
Well, I didn't want Van Gogh starry night. I just wanted her own whatever she wants to paint. She's like, "Well, do you want abstract? Or do you want like based off those pictures you sent me?" And I'm like, "Do whatever, and I'll pay for whatever. So just do." So who knows? And 2 months I can get a bill for $500 and I'll be never wiser. She's like, "Oh, but what? Oh, how much do I owe for the movie?" I'm like, "Just take it off the painting." She's like, "Oh, that's a good idea." And I'm like, actually, that's happened a few times where people are just like, "Oh, so how much do I owe for this thing?" I'm like, "Take it off what I already owe you." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's a smart idea." But why does nobody think of that?
And charge extra for labor.
No. Actually, you were a good example of that. Where it's just like, "Oh, I owe you this amount of money. Why don't you just add it on to what you already owe me?" And like, "Oh, that's a good idea." The laptop and then the hotel.
True. Well, yeah, you didn't want 2 separate checks.
Yeah, I got 2 separate checks anyways because I remember you got to the apartment and I'm like, "Why didn't you do this?" And you're like, "Oh, that would have been a better idea."
Well, no, because that would have involved my brother paying me back for the half I would have owed you. Because your plan was to have me pay for him and me, both of our parts, for the hotel, and then he pays me back.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? He already owes you money anyways.
Yeah, but he paid it back already. I didn't want to have to. I didn't know how long I was going to go in debt before he finally paid me back. This way, it was a much lower amount. He did pay me back right away. But I didn't know. But your idea was to have you be out of debt like that. You get
no, I didn't have anything to pay. You people owed me money still.
Yeah, but you wanted me to cover his costs as well.
True.
That was the problem.
Even though my math was much simpler. Divide what you paid by 2, and then see what I took, subtract that from there,
no, just
take that last quantity, divide by 3, and then each one of you owe me that quantity.
Either that or just divide all the quantities by 3, and that's how much each person owes the person. Your amount, divide by 3, that's how much my brother and I owe you.
Fair enough. Anyways, so yeah, that was Sunday. Shang-Chi was pretty good. Shang-Chi was pretty good.
Is that how you say it?
As close as I can get. Because it
well,
was.
They say it probably a million times in the movie.
No, they don't.
What?
They do make an emphasis because he's like, well, you know, it's just like you went from Shang to Sean, and you thought you would hide from your father like that. And it's like, well, Shang. It's not chi. It's like it's not ji either. It's kind of like a mixture between the two.
Chi.
Yeah, something like that. Kind of like it's. Yeah, it's a. I couldn't say it.
Zhong.
But it is Shang. It's Sean, but like an ong. So Shang.
Shang.
Yeah. We're white. Okay, what do you want us to do?
Learn how to speak.
Apparently. Anyways, so yeah, movie was good. Surprisingly, there were some things. It was kind of like a 1970s. The action was very 1970s karate movie esque, but it was good. I don't know if it gets the 90% that it was getting on Rotten Tomatoes. Good, but whatever. How can I complain? It was good. And then like we got there and it's like I thought Spider-Man was the next Marvel's movie. No, it's the Eternals. And the trailer ends and I turn to her, I'm like, so what are you doing in November? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, she's like, call me in November. I'm like, fair enough.
Oh, and I'm starting to fix my sleep schedule. So usually my sleep schedule is, go to bed at 2 or 3, wake up around 11.
I have to. From that trip, I've been so screwed up. Like I have to. I go to work. I take a nap. I'm going to bed at like 10:30.
Yeah.
Getting up at 6:30, and I'm still. And then I take an hour nap at work, and I'm still tired. I'm still catching up from that weekend.
No, but my sleep schedule is so messed up. Usually I've been going to bed at like 2, 3 in the morning, waking up at 11. Now,
wow, I missed that life.
Yesterday I was so tired. Well, mostly because I had to wake up at 6 a.m. to go to work. I had a morning shift from 6 to 11.
Welcome to my life.
I had to work from 6 to 11, and then that's when I went to the party. But I decided to go to bed at midnight. Woke up at 8 a.m. today without an alarm. Literally, it was like 8:03. I looked up and I was like, I actually feel good. Like I don't feel tired. I just kind of laid in bed for like another 10 minutes. And I was like, this is boring. Let's start our day. Let's get this day started. And so I did.
So anyways, yeah.
And then I went home to do laundry. And then came here.
You still do your laundry at your parents'.
Well, I choose to because it's free. Well, I guess I pay for gas. Because, I mean, we do have a central laundry facility, but it takes quarters. And so...
You don't want to pay for that.
No. I figured I'll do that in the winter when
I pay
it's...
$40 a month.
See, I figure I'll...
That's $40 a month right there. It's cheaper to
I
go use the
would much
quarters.
rather have them just add the extra $5 or whatever it would be a month to my rent and just say laundry's free.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, if you just charged me an extra $5-10 a month, because I'm only going to do laundry, once a week or whatever, so just charge me that amount and just make laundry free. That way, it doesn't feel like it hurts as much.
People would abuse the laundry then. People would have their friends coming here and doing laundry.
That would be true.
Because they don't have to pay for the power to you run the dryer. They don't have to pay for the water to run the washer. So,
fair enough.
The only thing they got to pay for is detergent.
Because you put quarters in, and it's like literally just take the amount I would pay in a month, add on a little extra or whatever, or would upcharge, so it feels like you're making some money. And then next thing you know, to me it feels like laundry's free.
If I had more work clothes, I'd literally be paying $10 a wash.
Yeah. If
I had more work clothes. Sadly, I don't have that many work clothes, so I do laundry once to twice a week. So it's $5 to $10 per wash.
Yeah.
Per month. But that's
yeah. But
I don't have to go. I don't have to trust that those machines are going to be working all the time. I don't have to sit there and watch it or some bull crap.
Yeah.
I can hear it working right there.
But I figure when it gets colder in the winter and I don't want to drive on the country roads or anything, and I just don't want to lug all my laundry outside in the cold, I'm going to start doing it in the winter.
You could come here.
Oh, I could, yeah.
I don't really care. I got to get my money's worth.
I'll help you get your money's worth.
Yeah. And it'll raise my power bill, but whatever. I don't use gas.
Next thing you know, I'll bring my bed over and start moving in.
No. Where would you put your bed?
The bottom bunk.
Oh, just get rid of the couch?
Yeah.
Screw the couch.
Bunk bed. Queen bunk beds.
No, you have a full.
What?
You have a full, remember?
No, it is a queen.
I thought you bought a full.
No, well, I was going to buy a full.
But I convinced you.
No, the queen was cheaper because of a tiny little water stain.
Oh. Where the hell did you buy this thing?
Ernie's.
How much did you pay?
$400.
Okay. Yeah. How much? It's about what I paid a bit more, but.
Because on average is like $700 to $800 for a queen.
Was that with box spring?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, that's about what it is at Menards.
800.
Well, if you go better, because obviously you can go cheaper. There are cheaper options.
Yeah.
There's 3 tiers, and then there's 3 tiers within the tiers.
Mm-hmm.
I went literally the middle of the 9 options.
Yeah.
Because the best of the best is the most firm, and it's pretty sure it's foam.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 tiers are both springs, or at least maybe the middle tier can either go either or.
Yeah. Spring
or foam. I don't remember, so maybe there's 12.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on average 800 plus box spring. This is 300 or 400 plus box spring, and actually no. No, we had a box spring from the old queen.
The one that's destroyed.
Yeah.
And the destroyed.
We used that one.
And the destroyed mattress that smells like cat.
Well, the mattress we tossed.
Thank God.
But we still.
I remember I went to sleep.
But I'm using the box spring, and I think we bought a little.
I remember didn't they sleep on that for a night? That smelled like
yeah, and then and then in the morning you're that mattress smells like piss.
I smell like piss now too. Get rid of it. Your mom's like, oh, it does. You're like, oh, it does.
Yeah.
You know how your mom is.
Yeah, they trashed that.
Thank God.
We still have but the box spring is what I use, and then I think we bought a little stand for it. But it was like a tiny little water stain, and it was like they dropped the price like in half.
Because most people aren't poor when buying it.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say most people. Most people are poor, but they prefer to have nice things. That's why they're poor.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Kyle can explain it to you someday.
Poor people want nice things so they fit in.
So they stay poor. That's why they're poor.
He
will say it's social class things, blah, 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 blah. It's basically they don't know how to manage money because they've never had money, so when they get money... That's why. That's also why you have large amounts of credit cards.
So what if you are poor but live like you're in poverty? So you live a very frugal life.
Then you live like that. You're doing what normal people should. Then you do what most but people. They're living like a billionaire.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you retire at 70 like a billionaire and blow all your money so your grandkids get nothing.
Anyways, all right.
And then you teach them how to live.
Stories, because there's more.
Oh yeah, you have more stories.
So yes. So Thursday I went to that job interview thing, whatever.
Oh yeah, that your dad hooked you up with.
Yeah, so I go there, where we just chit chat for a half hour.
It's an interview.
I guess
they all dressed up like a shoot and tell.
No.
What?
I was just wearing my work clothes. I came right after work.
Oh.
Which is funny about what's going on tomorrow. Anyways, I get there and he's just like, well, I'll let you know in 9 to 15 days, because he's doing this. He's changing how he's doing his transactions, and once that change happens, he needs somebody there to change all of the accounts over to this new system. Basically, transfer the accounts that are still open, close any accounts that aren't being used anymore, and then present him with the document. He calls the client, or maybe I call the client. I don't know. He didn't say. And they sign the paper. And he's like, you can do that at home. However, I kind of need you here because every so often I need you to run the town, make a payment, that kind of stuff. And so he's like, you could probably do it from home, but I'd much rather prefer you have it here. I'm like, I'll be here until like the winter or whatever. It was like, by then I'm going to start buying up other guys because he's exploding with his business. No. He's just like, yeah, so once we finish this merger and all these documents are done, the minute that's done, there's this guy on Holdridge Street, I'm buying him out. And I'm like, oh, that'd be a nice place to work. 70th and Holdridge, I'd work there. And then he's like, there's a bunch of other places around here. He's buying them out because they're all retiring. And so he's just going to absorb their clients.
I see. And he does what?
It's ag brokerage.
Oh,
so
okay.
he actually does trade stocks. I was looking at his computer. He just had the S&P open, and he trades corn and soybean futures.
Trades corn.
Pretty much.
Bitcoin.
That's it. No, that is a crypto.
Bitcoin.
Instead of mining, you grow. Oh, there could be some interesting. Anyways, so yeah, he's like, I'll give you a call. I'm like, all right. And then, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I'm probably going to have to dust off my resume. He's like, you might want to. Just because, it's not...
So it's not a full-time gig?
Actually, it's not. It's 35 hours.
And it's not a reliable,
No, it's going to be reliable. It'll be...
But, why do you need to dust off the resume?
Because it's not... It's an hour drive. It's 50 miles.
So he's not sure if you want to commit to that.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, so it actually is technically part-time. It's 35 hours. But I'll get...
Pay better?
It could. He's like, I'll pay anywhere between 16 and 14. And I'm like, can I take 16? I didn't say anything because obviously he's not like, you get the job. But anyways, so I was like, I'll have to dust off the resume. So flash forward to the next day.
Yeah.
I'm at work. There's about an hour left. I'm on a water tank, and I'm on top of one of the tires.
Your boss is like, you still want to work here?
Well, he is close. He's looking at a sprayer, and I'm standing on top of a tire that's about an inch off the ground, so it could spin if it wanted to. And I take the lid off the water tank. I'm kind of joking around, talking to one of the guys, and it spins. Counterclockwise, my foot goes between the two tires, hits the ground. I fall backwards, flat on my back, just whap.
Today?
This was Friday.
Friday.
Just whap. I thought I hit my head. I didn't. But I was just like, oh, what? I literally, as I was flying, I went, that I said the F word, like, very loudly. He's like, the guy who's helping me, he's like, you fall? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I've fallen before, but I've never fallen like that. That was a rough fall. My head feels it. I don't think I hit my head. I didn't hit my head because it doesn't hurt, but I kind of have a headache. And I did have a headache for the rest of the day, and I was light sensitive. I didn't tell my boss. I'm like, yeah, it's no big deal. I wake up Saturday morning, I had a terrible headache. And I'm like, oh no, do I have a concussion?
Yeah.
So I
go to the doctor.
I go to the urgent care because I don't have a doctor. There's an urgent care just across the block.
Yeah.
I go there. As I'm waiting, 2 damn hours. I was the second person there, but I got bumped to third in line because the concussion protocols, there's 2 checkups.
Mm-hmm.
There's the first checkup where they're like, is your brain bleeding? I'm like, I woke up this morning. What do you think? She's like, you don't need an MRI. We'll finish your process. Okay, we'll finish your process.
Is your brain bleeding?
Pretty much.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I woke up this morning and blood was running out of my ears.
They tell me, they explain, they ask me what happens. I explain to them, and they're like, well, you doesn't seem like you need an MRI. I'm like, I didn't think so. I woke up this morning, so obviously my brain isn't bleeding. Well, that is true. That is a good thing. She's like, well, we'll go do this thing. Well, while I'm waiting for them to get me finished process so I can go see the doctor, another lady, this other person walks in. I don't know what her problem was, but she got the doctor in front of me anyway. She got to the doctor before I could.
And she was in there for 2 hours?
I don't know, but I sat on one of those uncomfortable chairs for 2 hours. Only one other person walked in because actually quite a few people came to the door, but immediately turned away because they're there for COVID. Oh. And they see the sign that says, if you have these symptoms, please call the number and go to your car.
Oh, they had COVID.
They probably had COVID. So I'm sitting there just like, I remember when one lady started walking in and she looked like she was about to die. I'm like, oh.
Am I in the right place?
I like tightened my mask up. Because I was sitting next to the door and I'm sitting on kind of like a bench and I scooch over all the way away from the door. She walks in with like a box. She's like, I don't have a cell phone, so I can't call for the COVID thing. And they're like, we'll send somebody out to your car. I'm like, I'll be out in your car in a minute. Let me just finish this phone call. I'm like, oh my God.
You got people dying outside.
As I was leaving, there were like a line of people that were looking at the sign going, oh no, and calling. And like the entire time I'm there, the phone is just ringing constantly.
How many people have COVID?
A lot. They're all there to get tested. And to like check to see if they have COVID. She's like, yes, we're very busy today. And I'm like, I see my doctor. I'm like, you must be glad to see somebody who has something that's not COVID. She's like, yes, thank you. But anyways, I get in there. I tell the doctor what happened. And she's just like, yeah, you don't have a concussion. No, your only symptom is a headache. But it seems that could definitely be from your neck muscles being tightened because you didn't hit your head. And your neck muscles are tight, and they are sore, and your back muscles, they were sore after leaving there, but I sat on an uncomfortable bench for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got there at 8. I left at 10. God damn it. Whatever. Anyways, I swear to God. She's just like, it's from your neck muscles. And I'm like, and I thought to myself on the way back to home, I was like, that's interesting how all your muscles are connected like that. And how they all can connect that. How a headache can be connected to your neck and back muscles being tense. She's just like, so yeah, just put ice for 20 minutes, then heat for 20 minutes, and just regulate between ibuprofen and Tylenol, and you'll be good to go. Just take it easy the next 2 days. I'm like, so I can go to the movie Sunday? You can go to the movie Sunday. Just take it easy. And I'm like, oh, good. I called my grandma back because I called her that morning because I'm like, Grandma, I might have a concussion.
I'm gonna die.
I can't come in because
my time is up.
I felt like I was gonna die. I took ibuprofen, laid there for an hour until 8 o'clock rolled around, so I could go to the urgent care. And yeah. So anyways, while I was sitting there for 2 hours, I did call my boss. And he's just like, I'll fill all the paperwork. You know, you can imagine on a Saturday morning, you're just like, why didn't you do this Friday when you were at work? Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, we filled out the paperwork today. I have to go back to the urgent care tomorrow to get the paperwork filled out. But I called them. And they're like, well, you can drop. Well, they're open till 8 p.m., so I could have done it after work today, and then I wouldn't miss any work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I had already asked if I could come in late tomorrow, and he was like, sure, whatever. So I'm like, why would I pass up that opportunity? So I call the urgent care, and they're like, well, can I turn it off? Can I turn it in before 8? They're like, well, the family medicine doctor is here at 7:30, so you could stop in and give it to them, and then they can give it to us, and we'll fill out the paperwork, and then we'll get it back, and then we'll call and give it back to you. Mm-hmm. I'm like, perfect, because I was going to ask them if they had room for another patient so I can get a doctor. Because my lisinopril, I called Hy-Vee today, and I can't get it filled.
How'd you get it filled before?
I went back to the doctor because I was having, I don't remember what my problem was.
Oh, so now you're trying to get a doctor now.
Yes! So I don't freaking have a stroke out and die, or have a brain aneurysm from high blood pressure that they claim I have. But you know what? These blood pressure... I told you about the blood pressure cuffs, right? And how, like, the one doctor... When I was at the clinic thing for...
Yeah.
And how, like, the small one's usually lower than the big one.
Yeah.
And then it was vice versa on me. Like, well, that's never happened before. When I went to urgent care, they're like, oh, is it... Oh, okay, we'll try the bigger one and see if it's a bit lower. And I'm like, the frick did the other doctors know? I knew the other doctor was freaking... He was a creepy old man and...
Wait, the cuff size?
Yes.
I guess I never paid attention.
Well, because you're small. They always give you the small one. I'm in between sizes, and my blood pressure is, big on the line between, yeah, you have a problem, and no, you're fine.
Yeah.
So, like, they need to get, like, a precise measurement on me to figure out if I actually have high blood pressure that day or not. I did have it that day. I wasn't even nervous, so I literally just genuinely had high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Plus, I was so excited. Plus, I was just, nervous. I was, I guess, a little nervous, like, I don't want to have a concussion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, so, no, I don't have a concussion. I do get some small headaches here and there, just for the neck thing, so we're all good. Anyways, so... Saturday I laid in bed all day and watched Alf. Sunday I was like, I better get some work done. So I did. I filmed I filmed the Minecraft Let's Play. I went and bought the canvas. I ran to Walmart, bought some other stuff. Got some command hooks that I used for my shelf over there.
Yep.
And then I... Oh no, it's the biggest important part. Right, and I was like, well, better apply for jobs. Everybody's like, there's jobs everywhere. There are not jobs everywhere. I don't know. Whenever I went to the banking website, I typed in Lincoln for all these places, and they had nothing. Nothing. And I'm like, what do you mean there's jobs?
Everyone's hiring. In my field?
In my field? No! Anyways, so UBT wasn't hiring. I went to Pinnacle. Pinnacle was hiring. I don't remember what I applied for. I'll have to look. Well, they called me this morning. She's like, you want to come in for... Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, want to come in for an interview? And I'm like, how's tomorrow morning? I got the morning off to go drop off...
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow morning. She's like, I have an appointment in the morning. Let me see if I can change it. She calls me back. She's like, yeah, I can get it changed. So can you be in 8:15? I'm like, I certainly can. So I'm like, also, I was gonna wear my full suit, but I'm gonna go to work right afterwards. Can I just wear my work clothing? She's like, that's fine. It's not. Just thanks for explaining. Otherwise, it would have been really interesting. And you don't have to wear a full suit to these things. I'm like, it's just what I do. But thank you. I will be in a t-shirt and work pants and boots. She's like, fair enough. This will be the most casual freaking what? That's my uniform. I mean, it does say Farmers Cooperative on the t-shirt.
Yeah.
But that's my uniform, and that's what I'll be wearing to the interview tomorrow morning.
Oh my gosh.
So my plan tomorrow morning is I'm going to go to the urgent care, drop off the paperwork, see if they have a doctor open.
Yeah.
And if they do say yes, I'd be like, great, I'll stop by after work tonight. They're probably closed at 5, knowing the stupid family doctors. So I'll have to like call them back again or something. I'll just call them at work and then set up a doctor if they do say yes. But anyways, and then after I drop off the paperwork, immediately head to South 70th Street and go for my interview. They're like South
70th.
South 70th and A.
Bit of a drive.
Compared to an hour for this other job I could get?
I suppose.
But I wasn't expecting the call back at all, so I was like, oh, okay.
You must be desperate.
I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. So I'm like, oh, this is cool. And the fact that they were just like able to, she was just like moved her appointment so I could go and do this interview. Because she's like, see, what are you doing? I'm like, well, when you work at 8 to 5, it's kind of hard to go in for interviews. You have to either like leave early one day at work or come in late. She's like, yeah, it is, you know, I don't blame you. And we were talking about doing one late one. She's like, well, you are available tomorrow, right? I'm like, well, yeah, I can come in late. I told him I was going to. She's like, let me, move this thing around. Well, let me see if I can move this appointment, and I'll call you back. Calls me back. Yeah, I can move this appointment. Anyways, so yeah. Yeah, pretty exciting.
And so you're going to go to this interview and then immediately go to work and be like, so how was your morning? Oh, just fine.
Perfectly fine. The boss might not even be there. If I get there after 9, he won't even be there, so.
Everybody's like,
actually, I will probably get there after 9. Or
technically just went to a job interview today.
Alright,
don't tell the boss I'm leaving.
He won't be there because it's a 20... So if it's at 8:15, let's say it takes a half hour, it's 20 minutes to get back to my apartment from there. And then it's 18 minutes from my apartment to my job. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he won't be there. My boss won't even be there, so problem solved. I wonder if taking 70th all the way to 77, taking 77 to Waverly, and then taking Waverly... Oh, you can't take Waverly to Raymond. Never mind.
You can't?
Well, I was going to take Waverly to 14th, take 14th to Raymond, take Raymond Road all the way to 79 to my job. But you can't do that. There's that mile, right?
There's that mile.
That one damn mile by your place.
You have to go 3 miles to go 1 mile.
I know.
I love it. Because there was a road grade. So today, when I was going home to do laundry, I would just sit on First Street, because I took Highway 34, and I had to stay on First Street, the graveled road, because I couldn't go on 14th. And I took the road. Next thing you know, I see a road grader. And I'm like, yep, working up at this mile. I see him over the hill. I'm like, yep. So now I have to go 3 miles to go 1 mile.
Yep.
Because I could not, it was on Bluff. So I went a mile, and then that mile was where it would be closed. So I literally could not go another mile. I had to turn.
It's literally on the worst mile possible.
Yeah.
Because there's just no way to get around it. You have to go through First Street. And you think, oh, I can just take 14th. Well, no, the roads won't go through all the way on 14th in places. It's just...
Go 3 miles.
That is the most inconvenient mile that won't be finished till probably next year. Yeah, we're going to be so used to taking...
Just so you know, I don't know what they're doing, but I did see a bunch of culvers laying on the side of the road at 27th and Waverly, Northwest 27th. So I'm wondering if that graveled road...
that's 27th and Waverly. Nobody goes on that. I don't go on that road.
But that's the road sometimes... Because you either take first or I take 27th.
I don't take 27th. I never take 27th. 27th is dangerous.
So you always take first?
Yes.
Because, see, 27th is wider, though.
Right. I thought they were going to pave it at one point.
I think they were. But, see, it's nice and wide, like they were going to pave it.
But they have all the new rock on there. So it's super dangerous because it's big and clumpy.
Yeah.
So
but I saw a bunch of culvers on the side of the road over there.
They're redoing the culvers again?
I'm wondering if they're going to do culvers over here. Why are all these culvers here?
It's with a T, culvert.
Culverts?
Culverts.
Culverts?
Yeah, with a T.
Well, is it the T silent for me?
So it's like the restaurant.
Yeah. There's an ice cream shop over there.
Interesting. Ooh, interesting. I'll go there for
Culverts.
fish. That's a very... There's one just down the road. Why? Anyways,
it's so unnatural, though. Culverts. You have to
Culvert.
force. You have to force the T.
I don't know.
It's more natural.
Maybe
It
it
rolls
doesn't
up.
have the, I don't know.
Type in Google.
We have to go to the next segment. Oh my god.
Sure, culverts for sale.
It is with a T.
Yeah.
So is it? But is it pronounced with a T?
Hey, scroll up. Can you click on pronunciation?
Wiki might have it. No, they don't. That's surprising. Oh, talk.
Talk.
Isn't there a little thing that says? Oh, it's removed. Fantastic.
Removed. Go back. Type in pronunciation.
How to say culvert.
Oh,
Culverts.
culverts.
It is with a T.
Yeah.
But it's weird. You
Culverts. You have to force the T though. It feels unnatural.
that's because you're putting parenthesis on this. You're supposed to put parenthesis on coal.
Culvert.
Interesting.
Culvert.
I remember they tried to teach us that in English that different words have different. Like you're supposed to put the emphasis here. I'm like, who thinks that much about what they're saying? They only brought it up once, so it clearly wasn't very important.
Culverts.
I mean, in Spanish it is, but here it's
Yeah.
not. Anyways, news segment time. So yeah, MIT design project achieves major. So like literally, like the past 2 days, I've seen 2 new articles on fusion. Like they made 2 huge breakthroughs in the past few days.
Oh yeah, I saw something.
So like this one's like a high temperature superconducting magnet, and then this one is a new design, or maybe this isn't the one.
Yeah, I got recommended a YouTube video about fusion.
But anyways, they made this new design one that's like, so like it allows the plasma to flow easier. Because like the tokamak is like the most promising so far.
Yeah.
And so like it's a new it's like this it's a new design tokamak that allows the plasma to move more freely through the tokamak, and yeah. And so, like, both these advancements allow it to be smaller and hold and to require less energy to power it. Especially these high temperature magnets, because now we don't have to keep them cold, which is less power we have to put into getting it. Either way, they're like making it sound like 2030, like I said, 2030s is we're gonna have fusion, and these are just like, yeah, we're on track to hitting 2030s for having fusion power. I'm like, wild. Actually, I think one of the ones I read anyways was like 2027. They were gonna have a full scale of one of these built.
Yeah.
But that's crazy though. So like, fusion it's on the way.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. Because didn't you say that fusion's much further away than the 2030s?
Yeah.
But just like when you said,
what do they predict though?
I don't think these are the ones I was reading. Because no, these aren't. I really need to save the ones I read on Google. I just need to save them. This isn't the one. One of them literally said, "Oh, this is the exact same thing." They're both talking about the same one, the 20 Tesla magnet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Red. Interesting. One of them, it's a redesign of the way it's set up. I have to go and find it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, that was the one that was talking about like 2027.
That's like 2030 basically.
Right. That's when they were going to have like the plant built. This one, if I remember correctly, 2020, they're doing upgrades right now to their current version, so it'll be 2022 before they do it again. But yeah, fusion, I mean, we'll have helium finally. That'll be exciting.
Well, what?
We'll have helium on tap for once.
Helium on top.
Yeah. Because we'll just literally be generating
Yeah.
oodles amounts of helium. And I think the nice part about these fusion reactors is they can literally split the water necessary to get the hydrogen themselves, which means they will then be able to run the plants to clean the water.
Yeah, you can just use electrolysis to get hydrogen too.
Right, but then you have to you have to first sort the water to get heavy water, so that you get you get tritium. Then you then split it again to get the tritium from the heavy water.
Tritium, or what about deuterium?
They don't want deuterium. Well, I don't know. I think tritium is the harder to get than what was the other one?
Deuterium.
Mm-hmm. The tritium is harder to get, but it makes fusion easier.
Because that's 2 neutrons.
Yeah, instead of 1.
What is 0?
That's just regular hydrogen that most water is made of.
Oh, it doesn't have a neutron?
No. Most.
So what's 1 neutron?
That's deuterium.
I thought it was 2. I thought tritium was 3.
Oh. I thought.
Or is it just 3 counting the proton?
I think it's 3 counting the proton.
Oh, okay.
Unless maybe deuterium is easier for fusion. Tritium was better for hydrogen bombs because it generated more neutrons. That might be where I'm getting that confused.
It could be.
Both use fusion to, generate power. One uses it to power your smartphone. The other one uses it to level entire cities.
Oh
and
yeah, do fission with hydrogen.
Well, that doesn't do much.
Well, let's.
So antimatter.
So we're gonna split a proton in half.
So antimatter.
Yeah, you have a proton and an antiproton.
And just
annihilate it.
I mean, with fusion,
that is 100% efficient.
I know.
Yeah.
With fusion power, I guess
that's a lot of power.
So with fusion power, I guess we could generate more antimatter.
Fission.
And then make antimatter power plants, which will be probably still less efficient than the fusion power plants we use to power them, but whatever,
We're getting somewhere.
But once you start that loop of, getting enough antimatter generated, you won't need the fusion power plants anymore. Then you can just all run off antimatter. Yeah. I don't think we'll ever run off antimatter. Spaceships might, but I don't think here on Earth we'll ever use antimatter. We'll use probably antimatter weapons. I'm sure the Geneva Convention. I'm sure the minute this stuff gets like plugged into the grid, and scientists are like, we're going to use our own fusion reactors that we're going to build in our backyard to make antimatter, so that we can have grams of the stuff. And they're like, grams? They do the math. Oh my god, that's enough to level entire cities. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. Ixnay.
I got a proposition to make.
Ixnay on the antimatter pay. Yet no, that's illegal to do anything other than science, because, screw tungsten rods from space. How about a missile about yay big? Or how about a bomb about yay...
that can do just the same.
That can do the same. And all you gotta do is roll it down the street. Well, provided you can somehow have a power source to keep them in an electromagnetic field from touching the sides of the container and going off prematurely.
The demon's core.
What's the demon's core?
You don't know what the
demon's... Oh, is that the thing that keeps the
demon's core.
Oh, yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
Did this kill a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Because they closed the lid and that caused a big flash.
It reached supercritical mass.
Yeah.
And 2 people died
instantaneously.
I think it was a week or 2 later, because they just had radiation poisoning, but they didn't get anything of it. And then next thing you know, they start having symptoms.
Well, the amount that there's not enough iodine in the world to save them, so.
There's been more than one incident. The word first.
Right, because it was
more than one.
Right, because it was a plutonium sphere.
Oh, look at all this.
Oh, Jesus. Because it was a plutonium sphere with a cadmium sphere around it as a neutron deflector.
Died 19 years after the accident. 55 years after the...
Myocardial infarction. He had a tumor in his heart?
Yeah.
Most common symptom is chest... Oh, he had a heart attack.
Yeah, but look at it. This guy lived 55 years.
Okay, I don't think these were...
He did not take part in any medical studies.
Oh, so they might have died from this.
Yeah, it could have just been old age.
He had a heart attack. This guy literally had a heart attack. Unless he had a freaking tumor in his heart, no. Which in that case, how did he not get a tumor anywhere else before getting a tumor in his heart? Okay. Anyways, but no, it wasn't a plutonium sphere with a cadmium sphere around it that caused a giant beam of freaking radiation.
I think it was uranium. Oh no, it was plutonium.
Yeah. There's a fissile core for the area. Whatever. The point is, yeah.
It's dangerous.
Well, all of this is dangerous. But anyways, let's say you somehow come up with some sort of power source to keep the antimatter from touching the sides of the container.
Lead balls.
That would just cause further problems. Anyways, let's say somehow you...
I was thinking of... remember how we went to go buy buckshot or whatever?
Yeah.
And like, so what do you use this stuff for?
Oh my god.
Well, let me tell you.
Oh yeah, we're using it for a different purpose. Weigh people down. We're not using to weigh things down.
Use it to weigh things down.
Oh, poor girl.
Or you can use
Might have been like her first day. She's just like, what is happening?
Or you can use it for nuclear radiation.
It was only 50 pounds. Not like I could really hold anybody to the bottom of a river with it. Anyways, yeah, blocking radiation. But the point is, somehow, if you figure out a way to shrink, I guess maybe make a small fusion reactor that powers extremely strong magnets to hold the... you're already holding the plasma in place. Now you're holding whatever. Anyways, point is, you somehow make the bomb about this big, and you roll it down the street. It goes off. I don't know why you're that close, but whatever. And it levels the entire city.
You're playing bowling.
There's like a freaking kilogram of the crap in there. Mm-hmm. What? How many kilograms was it to like literally make a crater in the side of the Earth? It wasn't very much. I think it's like we'd have to do E equals MC squared and then just figure out how many gigajoules that is, compare it to a nuclear
weapon. And then
weapon.
you know the density of it, and then you can figure out the volume if it was a perfect sphere. So you can make how big would the bowling ball need to be?
Well, no. I'm not talking about how big the bowling ball is. I'm just talking about how many kilograms of the stuff do you need to wipe out all of North America?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know that either. Well, you have to ask because science.
Or you can just do the math yourself.
But I don't know. We'd have to compare it to Tsar bombas. Like, how many Tsar bombas does it take to wipe out the entire continental United States? Mm-hmm. But truth be told, once you start this reaction,
want to know. But see, that was a hydrogen bomb,
right?
You want to use plutonium?
No.
Well, what do you want?
Antimatter.
Oh, antimatter.
So I said kilograms of antimatter.
Oh, I thought we were talking about uranium or plutonium.
No.
How much antimatter do you need?
Yeah, that's why I said only a few. Probably only 10 kilograms is all you need.
Yeah.
Because whatever that converted to pure energy is, how many joules of energy that is, boom.
Imagine if we had an Earth-size antimatter ball.
You might just tear a hole in the universe. You will literally tear a hole. Well, okay, it depends. If you throw it at Jupiter, yeah, you'll have a hole in the universe. If you throw it at Earth, probably not, because you got to remember.
Throw it at the sun.
Well, either way, you have to throw it at something with more mass, because it'll explode, which will throw the antimatter away. But obviously, you don't want it to throw the antimatter away because it has to touch the matter. That's where I think because science was like, well, antimatter weapons are cool, but they're going to be wasteful because the minute it explodes, you're going to start pushing antimatter away. And I'm like, but in an atmosphere, it's going to hit gas and explode more anyways. Sure, maybe some of it might make it to space, but we're talking a few atoms worth. It's not like literally in nuclear weapons where...
Wait, he did a video on this?
I think so.
Well, then how do you know all this information if he didn't...
Oh, he did.
Oh, okay. You said you think so.
He did. Anyways, I pointed out the atmosphere thing. I'm like, but if you did it in an atmosphere, it would be more efficient. If anything, almost nearly 100% efficient. If somehow something gets into space and just keeps going. it never runs into another particle, which is unlikely, but it is possible. Anyways, it doesn't get caught by anything's gravity because it's traveling too fast. Mm-hmm. Point is, somehow that happens. Yes, I suppose. But it's not like literally where kilograms of uranium don't get used in a nuclear bomb. Like the Tsar Bomba, they actually made it smaller because they didn't want it to be so wasteful. Because it was going to leave a lot of... I thought you were going to sneeze.
No, I had a yawn.
Oh. Because it was going to leave a lot of radioactive waste behind. Anyways, it was going to leave a lot of radioactive waste behind, and they didn't want to do that. So they made it a lot less powerful. I'm like, oh, God bless the Russians for caring about the environment. For stopping, like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't screw Kazakhstan over so much.
Think about all the stuff they done for us.
Kazakhstan?
Kazakhstan? Kazakhstan?
I don't know how you say
Is that how you say it?
Anyways.
Don't ask me.
This poor third world country. You say Culvers.
Don't ask me.
Anyways, people die. People are getting sick there. People also getting sick in Afghanistan.
People getting sick all over. I think there's something going around or something.
Oh, I heard about that. Oh my God, there was an episode of Alf where they call the doctor and the doctor's like, and they're like, so is there like something going around? The doctor's like, there is something going around. And that was the end of the conversation. And Willie goes to his wife and Kate's just like, so what'd the doctor say? Oh, he says there's something going around. It's just like, are you freaking real? I call you to ask you what's going around and you just say, I think there's something going around. What a great doctor. 10 out of 10.
No, but see that it's so much funnier in 2021.
Yes, because in 1985, it's just like a cold's going around.
Cold, no.
Now it's just like
I think there's something going around.
The Delta.
I made that joke to my boss. He didn't get it. At first, I said, yeah, it's been going around for about a year. So he's like, oh my, he didn't get it. I was like,
it's coming up on his second birthday.
It's been going around for like almost a year now.
It's coming up on his second birthday. No.
Wait.
It's gonna be
2 years old.
It's going to be 2 years old here in November.
And it's still riding strong.
It's riding stronger than ever.
It's fierce.
More contagious and more deadly than ever.
Well, yeah, we haven't looked at case counts.
But no, Nebraska stopped recording, remember?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't hear about this.
Oh, yeah. So if you go and, like, look at, like, a map, Nebraska just stopped counting.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just stopped. Nada.
What?
Active cases, nada. Total recovered, nada. We stopped recording.
No answer.
Yep.
Not applicable.
Yep, we just stopped recording. I'm sure the chart will... Yeah, we just stopped recording. Boop. It's literally worse than ever, and we're just like,
that's enough of that. That's enough of that.
So yeah, things are worse than ever, and Nebraska's just like, what?
Well,
Pete Ricketts is just like, let him die. He doesn't have to get reelected, so he doesn't care how many people he kills in the process.
Oh, he reached his term limit?
Yeah, except he's slowly killing off the Republican Party supporters. So I don't know.
When does it end? Is
the election? Election's next year.
Next year?
Next November. Yep. Because I remember it was 2018. I voted not for him. So.
Not for him.
Not for him. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, it is coming up. 2022. We'll finally get rid of the bastard.
Language. Wait, can we use that word on the channel now?
We've always been able to use bastard.
Oh. I thought it was just slut damn hell.
I never thought of bastard as a bad word. When I learned what it meant, I was just like, how is that a bad word?
Same with the other term for poop.
No.
That's a bad word?
According to YouTube. I'm sure bastard is too. But Whatever. Point is, the first 6 minutes of this podcast are already hell. I don't want to do the rest of it.
Yeah.
All right? First 6 minutes are literally torture. So.
What, talking about a week?
Well, that wasn't torture. That was fun. I'm talking about all the other name drops.
Oh, that part?
Yes.
Well.
Anyways. So, yeah. Fusion power. Pretty cool. The last
you need
news...
to get your name list up here.
Again, once we get the thing put up, yeah.
The name list.
We'll get all of our declarations.
Oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to say that.
Anyways. Right. One last thing was there was this new drive for rockets that NASA's working on. I couldn't find it. It kind of sounds like it defies the laws of physics, but no. I mean, energy is being lost in the form of mass somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow these crystals grow and shrink when they're applied through an electric current, and in that process they lose mass. So these crystals are converting electric current into mass, which is very interesting. I don't know how that works. Probably something quantum. But they do produce, in their early stages, they do appear to be producing a small amount of thrust. And I was thinking about this. So basically, here's how this drive works. So the crystals, they start off big. They throw them down a track or whatever. They get to the end of the track, and once they reach the end, they shrink back down, and they pull them forward. So now you are going to lose something in that transaction. You still have to pull some mass back. You're not pulling as much back as you sent forward. That generates thrust.
Oh.
And then you turn the electricity that you're generating from the nuclear reactor into mass, and you're technically throwing it.
And this mass is smaller. So it's like a
Yeah,
tiny...
we're talking like nano, like micronewtons.
So we're talking like a particle railgun.
Kind of, but like it's technically, I guess it's you don't have to have propellant. Because like the particle, you have to have propellant. You have to have some sort of matter to turn into charged particles, usually hydrogen gas. Even though there's a lot of hydrogen gas, not like you're flying through a nebula and gathering it up as you're going along.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is just however long your chunk of uranium can keep pumping out neutrons and providing an electric current. Probably beta particles is what they're probably getting their electricity from, rather than neutrons. But the point is, however long your piece of plutonium or uranium can keep pumping out beta particles and powering your craft is how long you will continue to accelerate until, well, you hit the point where when you're closest to the speed of light.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're gonna. And I was thinking about this thing, like this could solve our Leo problem.
Leo? Oh.
Because these ships don't need gas propellant, so they don't need to be refilled. So you could put a bunch of them up in orbit, and they can change their orbits all they want. You can strap solar panels to them, or you could power them with nuclear reactors, and they can just go and decommission satellites, scoop up crap, and deorbit it. Or push it up into a junk orbit or something.
Yeah.
And you just got people down here on the ground telling them do this, do that, go to this orbit, do that, and it'd be super cheap because you just put them up there, and then all you're doing is paying some guy to do it. I'm like, this could really solve our Leo problem, and it would solve. Well, it might make SSTOs a real thing because all you gotta do is have. Your propellant gets you up out of the atmosphere.
SSTO?
Single stage to orbit.
Oh.
Yeah, so you basically send the thing up there, you turn on the nuclear reactor, and you just go boop, boop, and then you just have thrust from nothing. From electricity, but what looks like thrust from nothing, and you're into orbit. However, we still don't have anything. Well, yeah, I guess Elon's Starship, it can get to orbital heights without the booster. It just can't get into orbit without a booster. But it won't need it. All it's got to do is pack a thing of uranium, have a bunch of these things strapped to the back, and then it can just go into orbit because they'll be out of the atmosphere.
What if we just put a winch on the ISS? Just...
What? Wench to do where? To go what?
To just reel the ship up from Earth.
Can you imagine that hook flying through the air? I thought about that one time. Why don't we just have a big, long rope?
Yeah. And you just reel it
I
in.
thought about, like, that hook would just literally disintegrating houses and flies through the atmosphere.
No. You're going to be in geostationary orbit, so the rope isn't moving.
So it's the longest rope in literally history.
Yeah, you're going to be in geostationary orbit, so it's just a rope just hanging down.
Here's how long that...
And it's not going to move relative to the ground.
You have to, like...
And then next thing you know, you start reeling it in.
You're going to have to send, just, like, batches of, like, this coil into space.
Well, I'm sure spiderweb, stretch end to end, it wraps around the Earth like 10 billion times.
Right, but we're not using spider silk.
Well, not with that attitude, we're not. Not with that attitude.
Okay, well, if the minute you can actually get... That doesn't get you to Geo, though.
Well, I'm sure in my math wrong. Maybe it goes around the Earth and the Moon 8,000 times or something.
Okay, that'll get you to Geo. That'll get you to L2, heaven forbid.
Yeah, so you're good.
From the far side of the sun.
So you're good. What's the problem?
16 light minutes away.
You just reel it in.
Anyway. Oh my god. Could you imagine? She's like, what's this hook?
Yeah, what's that thing in the sky?
Do you realize how long that would take to just reel something in?
I didn't say it was a fast process. I said it was a process. Just attach a winch to the ISS.
You have to like catch a rocket to the end of the damn thing, and then like somehow.
But it'll need less fuel though. It won't need as much fuel because it has a force upwards. Now you see to apply a downwards force. Newton's third law.
What are we talking about?
So I'm saying the amount of...
What's the point of the winch if we have these little boxes that generate thrust from electricity?
You don't need as much.
Okay. Well, anyways, we could save Hubble.
Either that, or you have the single stage rocket gets you up to the atmosphere, and then it docks with the hook. And the hook reels it in. So now it doesn't need to be as long. So you just need to get up high enough, and then just when you reach like zero velocity and you start to fall back down, hook.
Send an email to Elon Musk.
I got
Yeah, because wait, hold on. You'd have to build whatever this satellite station is heavier.
Well, the ISS is pretty heavy. Okay,
but it has to be significantly heavier than the object you just launched into Leo.
Well, it's also moving very fast, so I'm sure it can compensate.
No, it's a Geo. It's not moving at all.
Oh, no, I'm saying now we could flip it. So, yeah. Okay.
Your hook station has to be incredibly heavy because when it grabs it has velocity.
I'm saying you'll be in low Earth orbit, right? And you time it. So the hook's hanging in the middle of the sky, and then as the rocket comes up, you time it. I mean, I'm sure they have all the math dialed in. So it comes up.
This is Looney Tunes.
And then
here's the thing, though. This rocket, okay, it's gonna hit zero, but it's gonna want to keep going.
No. Because the rocket is gonna reach up, and then when it's at zero velocity, that means it's not moving left or right. I mean, technically, it will move a little bit to the east because of the Coriolis effect, but nonetheless, the ISS significant horizontal speed will be able to compensate and turn on the thrusters, and that way they can go even faster to compensate for the extra mass.
But you're not moving, you're in Geo.
No, I'm saying we don't skip the Geo part. As I said, you're in low Earth orbit. So you're in...
This sounds like a bad idea. This sounds
so
like...
So in Geo, basically the satellite's just sitting here. No, I'm saying you're in low Earth orbit, so it's moving around.
So you have a hook.
And you time it, that way that as it goes around...
It traveling several times the speed of sound.
About 7 kilometers a second.
Just shoom! And your little rocket, who's going probably just a few hundred miles,
It's gonna-
who's going just a few times the speed of sound, has to meet this hook.
Well, no, it's gonna reach up and it's gonna stop because you put,
Okay, so you have an object going 0 kilometers per second and a hook going Mach 16 just
and it clips it and drags it off.
it's gonna destroy whatever what's this gonna be what is this hook gonna be made out of? Diamond?
The carbon nanotubes are pretty strong.
That's what is that? Why does it have to be light?
Why not light? You don't want it to hurt that much.
If
F
we
equals
can-
MA. Make a smaller mass and the forces and
No.
everything.
We want as much mass as possible in the ISS to counteract the freaking object you have to winch up.
Oh, so you want like a 2-ton wench just hanging there to just...
Pretty much.
Let's pull this thing along. And then
Wouldn't it just be
as soon as
easier-
it's hooked, you reel it in.
Wouldn't it just be easier to just strap a bunch of these little cubes to the back of the rocket with a small
But
chunk of
have
uranium
Have
generating
these
beta
cubes been
particles?
invented yet?
Yes!
No.
Yes!
We don't have antimatter yet.
No! These aren't the antimatter cubes! These are the crystals that lose mass when you have a current applied to them.
Oh. I was thinking these are antimatter cubes.
No! This is the only mass being lost is the uranium being converted into beta particles.
But yeah.
Well, yes.
See, wenches, this is technology since the boat ages, okay?
The boat ages? They haven't had wenches that long. They've only had electricity for so long.
Oh, they used to probably had hand-powered wenches.
Maybe.
They-
Okay, so
no,
whenever
the
the pulley was invented.
Yeah. Whenever the, we've had, have you not learned about your simple machines?
Whoever invented the pulley, I'm pretty sure.
Sir Arthur Pulley.
Pretty sure it's Da Vinci.
Sir
Pretty
Arthur
sure Da
Pulley.
Vinci invented.
Well, he probably stole his idea from Sir Arthur Pulley.
Anyways, well, actually, whoever invented the wheel and axle technically gets credit for inventing the pulley.
Oh, yeah, that was the Sumerians.
Okay. We get back to the question of who invented the wench then.
Mesopotamia.
Whoever invented the wench after inventing the pulley.
Arthur Wench.
Oh, Arthur. Oh my god. Why does he have to be a white British man? Why couldn't it be probably somebody in Mesopotamia or an ancient Egyptian?
Well, I don't want to butcher some Sumerian name. I don't even know what a Sumerian name is.
Homer.
Homer?
Wasn't Homer Sumerian?
Was he Sumerian?
Or was he
Homer's,
Greek?
I'm pretty sure it's Greek. Homer ethnicity. Greek.
Yeah. No, who was the guy that wrote what? Oh. Nope, never mind, that's the one I was
Bible?
thinking of. No.
The Bible?
Jesus!
Okay, so Jesus. Jesus.
No, that's Spanish. Just Jesus, that's a Sumerian. It's in the same region, kind of.
Okay, so Jesus Wench
Jesus wench.
invented this.
Ishmael, actually, technically would be the Hebrew pronunciation. Mm-hmm. So Ishmael.
Ishmael.
No. What was Jesus? Ishmael's the name of was the name of like the guy who did the in Moby Dick. Anyways, I think it was the guy that survived the boat. Spoilers. For
You haven't read it yet.
Neither have I. I just know how it ends. Whoever tells the story of Moby Dick, I think it's Ishmael. Anyways, that's not the name of Jesus though.
Why did you bring that up?
Because
the name
I
of
was
Jesus?
thinking whatever the name of Jesus is in the back then, because it wasn't Jesus, it was Jesus is a translated name, and I thought it was Ishmael. It's not.
Yahweh. I was just saying.
I don't think it's. Anyways, ancient name for Jesus.
Yeshua.
Yeshua. Oh God.
Joshua.
It's not Joshua.
Command C, Command V.
How to say?
Yeshua Hamash.
So that guy,
Yeshua.
Wait.
That guy.
that guy with the last name Went.
That guy last name Went. Somehow he had an English last name for whatever reason. And then the pulley. Anyways, okay. Wouldn't it just be easier to just have a piece of uranium and a bunch of little boxes
No,
and some wire?
what do you think simpler?
This is simpler. This is literally the simplest, other than whatever happens with those crystals, the quantum blah 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 blah, whatever. Except for that process that causes them to grow and lose mass.
Yeah.
Excluding that, this is much easier.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of things going. Ooh. It's literally the same principle that causes your phone to vibrate. It's a moving mass going back and forth.
Bzz. Yeah.
But as where this doesn't generate thrust, this would generate thrust because
It
it
could.
would be technique. That would be interesting. They put these little things in your phone, and your phone just goes, "Woo," like, nope, come back. Come back.
Come back.
Keep doing that. I don't think they're that powerful, but if they were, your phone's just dead after that. Damn it! You used all my power. I told you not to call me when my phone's on vibrate. On float, I should say.
My phone's on float.
Oh my god. These things could make floating cars and hoverboards a thing, potentially. Maybe.
I'm just trying to think.
Could you
of, like,
imagine just
I
people
try to
walking
think,
around
like-
chunks of freaking uranium in their pockets to power their hoverboard?
No, I'm just thinking. Actually, I did think of a way to power a hoverboard in 2015. But anyways, no. What I was saying was I was thinking about it in math class. You know, like your phone goes off in the middle of a test or whatever. It's like, hey. It's like the teacher takes your phone away. She puts it on her desk, and she's like, "Put your."
It's going to Leo. It's going to probably knock out a Starlink
And that's
satellite.
why you don't carry your phone in class.
That's why you don't put your phone on vibrate, kids. It's gonna go wipe out a Starlink satellite.
No.
Better call the Inquisitor. We're about to have a Kepler syndrome problem on our hands.
Yeah. No.
All right, kids, be ready for your all your internet and everything you know to be wiped out in a matter of minutes.
Yeah. No. Remember how Back to the Future Part 2? How we were talking about how do they make hoverboards, right?
Right.
You could use air or whatever. But another way is magnetism.
Right, but do you I saw the...
They can float frogs with magnets.
Right, but you realize they probably had a nuclear reactor in the back powering these massive magnets to float the frog.
No, it's literally just a magnet. It's paramagnetism.
Yes, I know, I've seen the videos, but have you seen the video of the hacksmith when they make a hoverboard?
No.
So basically, to get it to float, you have to spin the magnets to generate eddy currents, but it still has to be a metal surface.
No, it does. The frog isn't magnetic.
Right. However, to get it to float on something that isn't magnetic, not magnetic, sorry, something that isn't conductive,
Yeah.
like copper or aluminum, because they were using aluminum.
Yeah.
Because that was the cheapest metal they could line the surface of this place
continue.
with. Anyways, that would repel it with the most amount of force besides copper. Well, it still needed a lot of power. So now can you imagine how much bigger magnets and how much faster you'd have to spin them to float on gravel? And imagine if there was chunks of metal in the gravel that would then be sucked up into your spinning magnets and cause a short, and then your hoverboard catches fire underneath you.
Well, it's not a perfect system. If they would have started,
Again, little cubes. They go,
Little cubes.
They go, woo. Anyways, that's how you make a hoverboard right there. Just has a constant amount of thrust going upwards.
But they
To
didn't know
hover.
about that in 2015. They knew about paramagnetism in 2015.
No, they didn't know about the crystals, but time machine. We go back and we give them the cubes. Like, here, what is it? Don't worry about it. How does it work? Just apply a current. How does it work? Don't worry about it. I mean, these cubes, they're not that efficient. Like, they're not efficient. Like, they're like, the amount of newtons they generate for force or whatever is, like, tiny. And so, like, you have to have a bunch of them. Mm-hmm. And they really only work in space because there's nothing acting on you.
Yeah. I always kind of wondered, if you did go back in time and give some invention, I'd probably have some problems, with trying to build it, with them trying to replicate it originally. 'Cause I was like, what if we went back in time and gave the Greeks a telescope?
You'd also have to give them a century's worth of calculus.
And then, before you know it, Galileo, he's already using LIGO.
Right. Here's the problem. They have to learn how to blow glass. They have to learn how to generate electricity. They have to learn how to make semiconductors.
You don't need electricity for a telescope.
No, but like Lego.
Well, no, they make an analog version.
You can't make an analog version of Lego!
They make an analog.
You realize how precise Lego has to be? The Greeks weren't precise, damn it!
They make an analog version of Lego.
There is thoughts that the Greeks did invent a clock that you could use at sea.
The Cavendish was able to find Big G with analog.
He had a big, giant lead sphere and a small aluminum
And he
sphere.
measured mass.
Right.
Gravitational. Well, I mean, I'm sure it was influenced by gravitational waves too, but he's able to measure Big G with that.
Big G is a lot bigger than literally the width of an
atom.
atom.
I'm sorry. No, he measured... Yeah, Big G.
Right. But we're measuring literally the fraction the width of an atom in the small...
No, but if you gave the Greeks that, give 2,000 times for science to progress, I'm pretty sure they'd have an analog version of...
I hope you realize
the Greeks knew about protons.
So how long ago?
They knew an individual.
Hold on. How long ago were the Greeks to Galileo?
Like 1,500 to 2,000 years.
Okay.
And Galileo to us is like 400 years. So I'm saying you're doing that like 2 or 3 times.
Why not just give them? I don't know. LIGO! Or better yet, you have a freaking time machine.
Yeah.
Give them antibiotics!
So they live forever?
And antivirals! So they can cure the diseases that plague us today before they ever become a problem because there's too many people and we can't stop the mutations from getting...
We should go back in time and give them every disease so they can build up immunity. Go back in time and give the Greeks COVID.
Actually, you should go back to as far back as you can go before the human DNA is too undistinct from today's.
So Adam and Eve.
Anyways, go far enough back.
Give Adam COVID.
Anyways, to where you can give them today's modern diseases and the cures. We're gonna have to go to the future to get the cures for like AIDS and stuff. But we give them that when there's very few humans, so the stuff can't mutate. Mm-hmm. We give them the cures to the stuff.
No, I'm saying you just give them the virus and they'll build the antibodies. So you just give
give them AIDS. They're gonna build immunity. AIDS.
Well, they could. And if they die, you go back in time and prevent yourself from giving it.
There's a paradox here.
And if they die,
come back, all humanity's wiped out. Just an alien.
And if he dies, you go back and prevent yourself from giving it to him.
Come back to the future and just an alien race standing there, and you're just like, how am I still here? And the alien's like, we don't have much time for this, Morty, but...
Go back in time. We gotta stop this.
I don't know how to explain this, Morty, but you gave Adam AIDS. And, well, everyone thought he was gay. And, well, he wasn't allowed to reproduce with Eve. And all of humanity was wiped out. You gotta go back in time, Morty.
What's funny is you could switch the name to Marty. And it still sounds like Back to the Future.
Yeah. Morty, except it's you and I.
Marty, we gotta send you back.
Back to where?
Back to the past. You gotta go forward to the past.
You gotta go tell Lucy to have sex with Arnold. Alright, we need to get on to the third segment.
Oh yeah, this is still the second segment.
It sure is.
How long is this?
We're at hour 25. We're about 40 we're at 40 minutes per segment right
I don't
now.
know if I'm gonna watch these.
You never watched them in the first place.
Hey, where's...
Oh,
That's the Big Dipper, right?
No, it's just random stars.
Oh, did you not get the Big Dipper?
Not in that photo, no.
Because it looks like that could be it.
Anyways, news segment time. Number 3, your comments. And there are actual comments to read this time, so...
Well, isn't the Big Dipper is north? This is facing north.
But it wasn't over the house at the time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where was it?
I don't know. Anyways, Bill tries to understand distance. TGIF talks 76.
Oh yeah, what was that one? Cause why was it 3 feet? I forget what that reference.
We were talking about how far Andromeda was, I think.
And I said 3 feet.
And he was like, "Oh, it's only a few light years." And I'm like, "What?"
Is that what I said?
Or we were talking about the distance to Alpha Centauri. Like, it's only this far. And I'm like, what? 3 feet. Anyways, E.B. Rondo commented, "We want Cat Reacts to Cucumbers 3. You remember Cats React to Cucumbers 1 and 2?
Oh yeah, and then Kyle accused you of doing it wrong.
For which one? The first one or the second one?
The first one you said you did wrong because you're supposed to throw it at him or something.
I did throw it at them. It's in the freaking intro of my channel.
Yeah, but you rolled it at him.
I didn't want to hit the
you're
cat with the cucumber.
Here's
Of course, it's gonna jump.
You're supposed to throw. That's what trying to test. That's what we want the cats to jump.
Either way.
We want the cats to jump.
I don't know how. Well, I still have the same cat from that video. Once he dies and we get a new cat, then we will test cats react to
Well, we don't
cucumbers
know if the new generation of cats react to cucumbers the same way.
Well, we have to do the test. Well, he doesn't. He doesn't do anything.
Well, you did throw the cucumber at him.
He's not scared of anything. He's freaking 20 pounds. The only thing that's bigger than him is me and the dog.
Oh, your dad's coming close second.
Well, obviously, I'm saying in the range of.
Okay, let's be honest.
Oh no!
Cats
Hour
and
and a half in. Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Hour 25. Anyways, next comment. What if this video gets 1 billion views? TJFT76. Jessica Kingsley commented, "Over what span have you received the most growth on your channel?" That's a great question, Diane. Thank you. We'll get to your question. I did answer the question, but it ties into the rest of the segment, so we'll come back to your question, Jessica. But in the meantime, we gotta go to the other comments, and then we'll come back. Anyways, on the gaming channel, Oh, I thought you hit a key. I was like, what are you doing? Alright, so breaking ground on a donut. Minecraft Let's Play 59. The water ball commented, "The donut has to be from Casey's. I have a terminal hatred for Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts." Fair enough. It's a Casey's donut. And then like some other people commented, but they were just bots, so we'll just ignore them. More flat ground Minecraft Let's Play 60. The water bottle commented, "Hold shift plus double click the item you want moved into your into your inventory." So I was trying to figure out, because I had like a bunch of dirt in my inventory. I knew there was a trick to just move it all in one fell swoop, but I didn't know what it was, and now I know. Thank you, water bottle. Eddie's Land. "Hey friend, really awesome video you have here. I have recently opened a Minecraft server. Again, another bot asking me to join his SMP server." Finally, Mike Manning commented, "Will we ever get another ARC series? Hope life is treating you well today." It is. Thank you, Mike. And I have no idea. It's a Rondo question. And then nobody's commented on today's video. But back to Jessica. So, Jessica, I thought 2020 saw the most growth. I was wrong. So in 2020, we went from like 80 we went from like 70 or 80 something.
What was the year? No, it was... Well, yeah, we hit 100 and then we hit 300 that same year.
No, we didn't.
We didn't?
No. So I was looking at the statistics, and that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Turns out, we didn't even hit 200 in 2020.
Really?
Nope. Not according to the statistics.
What did we hit January 2021?
We hit 200, then 300, and now we're about to hit 400, all within a span of 2020.
So 2021 is the biggest growth.
Sorry, yeah, 2021.
Oh, that's good. That's current.
But we both, you and I both thought it was...
Well, yeah, I thought we hit 300 and... No, that's right. We had the 200 subscribers special in December.
Okay, this thing says we've only gained 103. That doesn't make any sense. I thought... Oh.
What?
Oh. So there was a big spike in December, and that pushed us to 200. But that's still not as big as this year because this year's not even over, and we're already going to go past what we did last year in growth.
Yeah.
I can't view it on here. I don't think there is a way. I don't like this now. There might... we'll go to my analytics here. YouTube Studio. Playlist. Analytics. Oh, yeah, we hit 395 today. So we're 5 away from 400.
Wow.
Super exciting. Anyway, subscribers. This one's it's so difficult to track this. Because it doesn't let me pick. Oh, I can do custom. Oh, this is new. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. So we want
January
1 slash 2020 to
December 31st.
12. Oops.
That's not a month.
Might be if you're on Pluto.
That date hasn't happened yet.
31.
Neither has that date. Just type
2020. Apply. What were we?
Where's the number?
Aren't we supposed to be? Oh my God, subscribers. Oh, this is subscribers per video. I don't want this.
Total.
No, this is subscribers per video.
Is this total? No, scroll up. Total.
No, this is subscribers from videos. This isn't... I just want subscribers. I don't want subscription source.
Status.
Just subscribers.
Status.
No, hold on. Subscribed. No. Playlist, device, YouTube, subscription source. I guess this will give us the most. Subscribers gained. Okay, yeah, here we go. 213.
Yeah.
Compared to... Oh, nope, I don't want that.
Did you... Oh.
Alright, custom again. Okay, remember that. 213 last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we want 21 to...
Today.
What is today?
No, September 13th?
9... 13... 21. Oh, okay, yeah. So it only has data until yesterday. Apply. What? Hold on. Oh, subscribers. What? Oh, it still has 2020 in here. I changed this to 21. Apply. There we go. 100
No, 246.
246. Look at that. We've already beat it.
Well, no, because 246, that means we should be over 400.
So yeah, it's 180.
But so what was the other number? Because you said this number was 213.
Oh. God damn it. Okay. Let's remember 180.
180.
But this... Oh, yeah, because this one accounts for all the negatives. Oh, subscribers gained, subscribers lost, subscribers,
So
180.
we gained more, but I don't know how many we lost. All right.
We lost 66, so 180.
180.
Okay. Custom. This is a lot easier to correct it, though. 12, 31, 20.
100.
Apply. 135. Look at that.
We beat it.
We beat it. We have had a lot less subscriber loss, though. That's for sure. Damn. But we beat it.
The year isn't over.
Shut up. We're
Knock
12 away.
Knock on wood. Oh, wait.
Portable knock on wood. Yeah. So, yeah, we're close. But yeah, we beat it.
We did.
No, wait. This is 135. 135. That was 180.
I just said we beat it.
Oh, yeah, right. For 2020. Yeah, what?
180 is bigger.
Than 135. So, yes, we have...
Is it bigger?
Yes. Anyways, and we're continuing to grow. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. So, Jessica, to answer your question, 2021 has been the largest growth, specifically in, I think, May or April.
Now, can we just look at lifetime?
Yeah.
What happened here?
It doesn't have data for every single spot. There's blackouts in the data.
Oh, that's when you stopped filming.
Yeah. No, this isn't.
Oh.
I didn't have any videos. Non-existent. Then I started posting video.
What was that video?
So that wasn't a video. That was a live stream I did. Remember that
No,
live
do
stream?
more of those. Wait, was that the one this last November or whatever? How you had like 100 people watching?
That was December, yes. That was the one I was thinking of. The big growth, yes, December.
I watched that one.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
You had like 100. You had I think 10 people watching when I was watching. But you said like 100 different people had watched it.
I think so, the number got really high. So yeah, and this isn't up to date quite yet because this is 395.
I don't even remember what I was doing. I just remember. Oh yeah, there was a live stream. It was like your second one ever.
Yeah, I hadn't done that many live streams.
And I was like, I'm gonna watch it.
We've done a lot of live streams now, which means we're coming up on the 400-minute live stream. I'm kind of hoping we hit it before this weekend.
Yeah.
Because this is a good weekend to do it. If we hit it next weekend, I won't be able to do it because that's the bed construction, which means I won't be able to do it.
Oh.
So then it'll have to get bumped to another week, and we also
Bump the bed.
we also have to make the special brownies.
Oh yes.
Oh, I have a good idea for that video. The fake cigarettes. We'll have to get you well, maybe we'll have to, if you do the video with me, we'll have to get you bandanas and sunglasses. We'll have to, I don't know where to go for Party Cities. I guess we'd probably just go to Amazon, just order that. Yeah. I can wear these for a full video. I've already done it. Look how much they spread on your head. Look how much they spread on mine. They're just so spread out. I have a big head.
Big head.
This does. I already have headaches from the stupid neck thing. This is just making it worse. Anyways, over the life. So we technically. We've had 557 subscribers, but we've lost 163 over the lifetime of the channel.
Imagine if we didn't lose a single one.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But let's look at the biggest sources.
I wonder how many PewDiePie has lost and gained. Like, I wonder, like, what his total would be if he hadn't lost any.
I'm so curious. I'd be so interested to see that number. He'll never probably ever reveal it, but
Yeah.
maybe he'd be like in the 200s of, never know. He could be in the hundreds. He could be like 200 million, never know.
Yeah.
Like, because like for how fast he gains subscribers, he could be losing subscribers just as fast. Because you've seen those charts for YouTubers, right? Their thing just goes like this constantly.
Yeah.
And the same person can subscribe and unsubscribe, and it's just going to keep counting this up and keep counting this down every time they do it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Wait, for the same... Oh, yeah.
And in theory.
Wait, would it keep counting them twice if it already counted them once?
Right, yes, because it doesn't have to count subscribers. Because they cancel each other out. Gained, lost, gained, lost, gained, lost, gained, lost. I think, anyways. I don't know. I don't want to try it. I don't want to try it. Anyways, so from the YouTube channel itself, we've gained 202. From the YouTube watch page, 153. From YouTube search, 40. From other YouTube channels, 32. From interactive features, 8. And then the subscription feed. So somebody gets my video in their subscription. They unsubscribed. So 3 people went to their homepage and saw on the far left, I'm subscribed to this guy? No thanks. Subscription channel list. So somebody looked at they were on somebody else's channel, saw that I was subscribed to me and was like, nope. Then 11 deleted accounts and other. Whatever other is.
Oh, click the...
Subscriptions from other sources before September 18th, 2017. Oh, the channel and other includes sources that are now included in own categories. But, wow. Look how many there are. Jesus Christ. A lot of them.
Don't make those videos.
No. Whatever that. Yeah.
Those were your, the DUIs.
No, what do you mean?
That was a joke I made.
Oh.
Your DUIs.
The days or the DIYs?
The DIYs.
Everybody likes the DIYs, though. The DIYs get subscribers.
It was the days no one liked?
No one ever watched the days. No one's unsubscribed because of days.
Well, I thought it was like your plant videos and people like those.
I hate them, but those get views. You want to see this bull crap?
Yeah, your orange crystal.
Actually, that video doesn't even compete anymore.
Really?
No. All right.
Most popular.
Actually, hold on. Let's just go to.
Oh, the microscope beat it?
Let's go to videos. Sorry.
Got a popular.
Sort by most popular.
The microscope beat it.
No, this is the coronavirus sting.
Yeah, but
What are you thinking about the calcite orb? It's down here.
no, but the microscope beat for the longest time. This was number 1.
No.
Wasn't it?
This was number 1 for the longest
Well,
time.
until you made this.
Or no, this one was.
Oh yeah. That is a good video though.
Then we made this one. It shot past it. It's stopped growing. This is.
Is this? Oh yes, that's the good one.
Well, I guess you guys can see this. Yeah. So this video. Let's not talk about that video. No, but look at this though. But anyways, this video recently has just shot up. Even though they don't even make that product anymore, I should review their new product. Anyways, this one's doing okay. The pumpkin video has still the same amount of views it always has.
And this guy.
This one is growing. This one's grown a lot this summer.
Well, it's summertime.
Yeah, it gets a lot of views. This one's gained a lot here recently. This one hasn't grown since we did it. That's that live stream that got us all those subscribers. Mm-hmm. It hasn't gained or grown anything since then. Yeah. This one has been climbing a little bit. That's a crappy video. This one is gaining views. This is a video that did bad when we first uploaded it, but it's done better ever since we did it. This one, it's doing so well. That was a genius title of mine to say, what is a dwarf planet? Yeah, that one's growing, kind of. Here's one of the bullcrap videos that I hated. This is the channel trailer right now. Or, no, this is the old one, I think. Or maybe it is the new one. No, this is the first one. This is the old one. Because I made my own thumbnail for this one. This was back before I made thumbnails. Anyways, this was also back before I made thumbnails.
Oh, and then you tried to redo it.
It kind of worked. The OG. This is one of the first videos we ever posted.
Is that number one? Because you did 2 of them.
Yeah. I don't remember which one came first. I think this one came first. Or no, this one came first. Tennis ball launcher. Then we did tennis ball launcher range test. Yep, this one came first, then this one. But, I mean, they really haven't gained that many views since we uploaded, because they got like 70 views their first day, so. Yeah, and then this one's been gaining views for whatever reason. These two, my chemistry series, the one that we drove 5 hours to see a pipe in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
Not even the right videos, but whatever. They're actually gaining views. Very proud of that, because like we put a lot of work and a lot of money into the chemistry series. So I'm glad to see those are finally seeing some recognition. Except we literally have like no element examples in this one. It's one of the longer videos, but we have like no element examples in them yet. It's doing the best. What is a metalloid? I kind of figured that one would do well. It's just a shame that like
we need to ask Mr. Beast how to make titles. Catchy titles.
He wouldn't know how to do science ones. Oh, the inner planets.
I'm sure, because that's kind of boring. I'm sure he could make one that's kind of like a clickbait.
It's working though. It's still working.
But I mean, I feel like it's so bland.
Yes, but the problem is you can only get so creative because like we're trying to provide information, and we're not doing like a crazy stunt in the video. We're just providing information.
What if the Earth wasn't a planet?
That wouldn't even. What would that video even be? Is that this stupid podcast? This is literally the most. Sorry. It is about to be the most popular podcast. It's a segment. It's not even an actual podcast. It's a segment. There's still one that is poop and onomatopoeia. Hand to God, the most stupid conversation and stupid 13 minutes of our lives, and 117 freaking people seem to enjoy it.
We gotta make more stupid titles.
We do stupid titles. Have you seen the crap? Who makes the best pudding cups? Can you drive a tractor? Phil tries to understand distance.
Wait.
Will drinks cow titty juice. What do you mean we didn't come out with more stupid titles? These are stupid.
Drinks cow titty
Who drinks the milk?
His poop and onomatopoeia.
Don't run in a desert unless you want to die. Nihilism.
New way to die. No. 97th way to die. Run in the desert.
Oh dear God. That would, I don't know. Yeah, stupid videos.
The world is on fire.
Yeah. We're talking, that was all about global warming, that news segment. Great time. Well, yeah, you want to write a movie? 1 view, lame. This one, 10 views. I'm just like, hand to God, I'm fed up with work, and it's just communism. Nice. TGIF Talk 69. Nice. Freaking Bill Nye. I don't remember putting Bill Nye in there.
Let's see how many haven't been watched.
Oh, so I need to sort them?
Sort by... You can't.
Oh, no, you can.
You can sort by least Oh, and then Control F.
No, you just keep going. Oh, it only lets you go so far. No, sorry, you can't. No, you can't go any further.
Oh, no, wait. Oh, wait, I need to put a space before this now. None of them have 0 views.
Nope, that's... No, that's because you can't go all the way to my first video.
Oh, why?
Because that's as far as it'll let you go.
Oh.
3 years. The science of precipitation. What the hell is happening?
Well, I can see all the videos on my screen. Oh, you have to go to all videos.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Anyways, these are some interesting videos that are lost to time. Thermodynamics. What is the periodic table? What is meme culture? A lot of interesting... Oh, one of my favorite thumbnails is on here. Oh, it's up here. It's got like 50, 60 views. Oh, where is it? If you'll see Belle Delphine's butt, that's the one I'm talking about. You see boobs, the OnlyFans podcast. That one. There it is. What did Belle Delphine do now? 45 views. Originally, I had her butt right there, but YouTube was upset about that, so I had to cover it up. So I did, with our logo. And it stopped getting views because YouTube took down the thumbnail. Those jerks. Hey, but at least the time capsule video, 43 views. Very good. Yeah, well, the Gas Giants 50. The whole Planet series in general did quite well, so. Compared to the Chemistry series. The Chemistry series is slowly starting to do better, but the Planet series just blows it out of the park. Because, I mean, that's one video. And then our Energy series, I guess, it's got, like, a really strong video like this.
Yeah, part 2.1.2.
And then it's got absolute junk videos, like this one. So, yeah, it is what it is. I think there's even junkier ones than that one that are in the Energy series, but we can always redo the Energy series. Trust me, there's a long list of video ideas. Problem is, they would literally stretch into 2023. If we also did their upload dates.
Yeah.
For how many video ideas we have, so... Trust me, kids, we aren't... Unless I get a concussion or something, we won't stop making videos. Or unless something else happens. Trust me, we've got ideas long...
And something happens.
And then something happens and you can't go. And something happens and we can't do it. Anyways,
I'd like to thank you all for watching.
No! Fourth segment time. The trip. Let's recap.
Oh. Did we already talk about it?
No.
Oh.
We need to recap how it went. What do the folks think? Are we going again? What is our plan for going again?
Oh.
So we're not going in October, right?
Yeah.
Are we going to go in November?
We could try.
We're not going to see the Galactic Center.
It'll be low on the horizon.
Yeah.
I don't know how low.
No, we don't want to. I don't... Oh, do we want to just go
Actually, I looked it up. April is the least humid month.
For Nebraska?
Mm-hmm.
That's almost...
April is the least humid month.
That's also the least predictable month. We do have 2 chances, but it's because it's a black moon, right? There's 2.
I don't know.
I thought there were 2 new moons in it.
Or maybe it is.
Oh, also, I changed the watch face on here. I can get the faces of the moon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think it's updating quite correctly because I think it's a bit fuller than that. But whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. It was in a dream. And I was thinking, in this dream, I was looking at my watch and it had
the moon phase.
It had like the phase of the moon and what time it rose and what time sunset was and that kind of stuff. I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a watch face like that. I would like to design a Fitbit Versa watch face that has that information.
Yeah.
But, whatever. I don't know who you'd contact about doing that.
Fitbit?
Well, yeah, but you have to somebody who can program and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I would like to make, because then maybe you could get a Fitbit as well. We can both get like the newest Fitbits, and like it's like the astronomers thing. So it's got like what time sunrise is, if sunrise is happening soon, and what time the moon sets.
The sunrise will happen in about 3 months.
So it's like whatever's closest and chronologically going forward. So is moonrise the closest next? It'll tell you the moon rises at this time. Oh, is the moon setting? Is that closer to what time it is currently? It'll tell you when that is. And then like sunset, sunrise, it'll tell you, okay, you're closer to sunrise right now because it's 3 a.m. So yeah, we're gonna tell you when sunrise is. So like once the sun sets, it tells you what time sunrise is, and then once the sun rises, it tells you what time the sun sets. And then once the moon rises, you get the picture.
Yeah. No, I don't actually.
But anyways, and then also it'll give you the time, month, date, year, and then your steps, and your heart rate. That's all I really care about. This one has a battery percentage on here as well, which is pretty nice. But
yeah.
No, but that's thing. I like this one. It could be better, but yeah. It's all one color. I could have. The problem was I wanted the moon to be white, but it also then.
No, what I think would be cool.
Red.
Is if you had just the time. That's how a watch works, and then you click on the time, and then it gives all the other stuff. Because it does look kind of like cluttered right now.
I like the clutter though.
I think it'd look better if it's just the time. You click on the time.
We can make 2 watch faces.
Because I guess a personal preference.
We could have the fill version.
Because in my mind, I just feel it's a watch. You show the watch, and then you click on it, and then it could show all the other stuff.
That'd be the fill version.
The fill version.
Yeah. The fill version it's just the time. Mm-hmm. Well, you probably want to know the date as well. Because the whole point of having a smartwatch is having all the information handy. Basically, my old watch face. Your heart rate, your steps, the date, and the time.
I guess you could swipe left or right for the date.
True. I mean, whatever. This one's just the way because it's got these circles in here, which I don't... They're whatever. They're pointless to me. Mm-hmm. They show you, like, how close you're meeting your step goal. How high's your heart rate? I don't know why there's a circle for the heart rate. What hits the max? I die? What happens when I hit the max?
Yeah.
And then the battery percentage. I don't really care about the battery percentage, so.
Yeah, when it dies, it dies.
Well, I get a notification on my phone, and I always periodically check. I guess now I don't have to periodically check anymore.
Don't you just charge it every night?
No.
How long does it go?
3 to 4 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know how long the new Fitbit versus last, but... Anyways. So, yeah. So, what did you think of the whole trip?
Well, it's great. I had a good time.
So, I mean, okay, so if we're gonna go in November, it'll have to be that first week, obviously.
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna go to the movies the next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully, in theory. We're gonna go unless there's like a catastrophic snowstorm. We're just gonna do it though, right?
Probably.
Or are we gonna check forecasts again? Or
you probably should. Like, we should probably check the forecast a week out and be like, yeah, maybe we should call it. Because, I mean, I don't want to go if it's going to be cloudy.
Right, neither do I.
Because, I mean, we can, as we know...
Otherwise, we're just going to be sitting
We can literally rent a motel, like, the day of.
Well, yeah, especially out there. Oh, the poor lady, we told her to be back in October. Oh, well. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I don't know.
But yeah, I thought, then I looked up humidity or whatever. I saw April is the least humid.
It's also the most shoddy month for Nebraska. It's either nice or it's a snowstorm.
Yeah.
1 week is one thing, next week is the other. April is the one month where you can go from snow at the beginning of the week to tornadoes at the end of the week. Mm-hmm. And at some point, it's 90 in between.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
And Nevada, I'm sure it's obvious, though. It is 50th for lowest humidity. Which is not at zero. It's like 30 or 40%. Average. Which is still, I thought was kind of high. 30 to 40. I guess that is the whole state, though.
I mean, the atmosphere is filled with water vapor.
Yeah.
It is literally of the greenhouse gases that are in the atmosphere, water is to blame for the majority, right now anyways, the majority of the greenhouse effect.
Well, I thought it was methane.
No. Methane is more powerful, but there's much more water vapor.
Oh, okay.
Water vapor is very good at trapping heat.
Yeah.
Like, extremely good. Actually, it might be better than methane, honestly. But then there's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. There's a lot of water vapor in the atmosphere. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's constantly sucking up water from plants.
Yeah.
In the desert. So, I doubt it's that humid where we're going. So,
Yeah.
yeah. That the one problem with where we kind of pick, there's that mountain there. So, we'd have to literally go to the top of the mountain.
Well, I mean, I haven't had time to surf the terrain.
Right. So,
I'm sure there's a plain or valley or...
and if we're going to do that, we're going to go in May, right?
Yeah.
But what's the wet season in the desert there?
I haven't looked.
That would be something to find out. We don't want to go and get stuck in a flash flood.
Yeah, so you go in April.
That could be flash flood season there.
Oh, so you go in January.
So, we got to start
Start pack your bags, boys.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. So if we're gonna go in November, do we bring the telescope?
Probably not.
So we're just
so cold.
So we're just
Your binoculars.
Well, yeah. I'm thinking. I gotta bring I gotta buy another Amazon Basics tripod. I'll hope they're.
What's wrong with your tripod?
Well, nothing. I have 2 Amazon Basics tripods.
Yeah.
But I want to use one for the camera, one for the binoculars, and then another tripod that I can just quick disconnect the binoculars and go to that one that's at your height.
Oh.
Or you just get your own binoculars mountain tripod.
I'll do that. I'll get right on that.
Get to work. That's what you need to save up for.
Binoculars.
Binoculars, tripod, and tripod mount.
Oh, I have to buy it all separate? 3 things?
Well, yeah. I mean, the tripod's like $25. The mount's like $15.
It doesn't come with the mount? Okay, whatever.
No, it doesn't. Just get the Amazon Basics tripod, okay?
Is it free? Or
What?
No, shipping.
If you can use my Amazon account if you really need to.
Oh,
I don't know why I went to YouTube. I went Amazon.
Amazon.
What you just hit?
I hit A.
That's not gonna no.
Well, I thought you were typing into Google. I thought you recent purchases.
No, I haven't bought Amazon Basics tripod in so long. Okay, so they've changed it because maybe you can't get the Amazon Basics anymore. This is a different one. This isn't the right one. Here it is. Hey, look at that. You get a 2-pack. Let's split it. It's more expensive.
Wait, to get tripod?
But
Oh.
you get 2 of them. We can split it. But not. I don't need a third.
Oh, here, get out of it.
Amazon Basics. I don't need a third one because I have a third tripod. I just don't need a third Amazon Basics one. I need another.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't need a third?
I don't need another Amazon Basics tripod. I don't. It's not.
I thought you said you need another tripod.
No, if you don't get one.
Oh.
Yes, I will need a third Amazon Basics if you don't get one.
Oh, okay.
But if you do, I don't need one.
And then the
Maybe you should get the 2-pack.
why?
Then you can have one for your camera.
My camera.
Your camera doesn't work, but you just have another tripod for your camera.
Oh, I need to get a camera.
That too.
All right. Wait. Add it to your cart, and then I could just go home and buy it.
Well, I've got stuff in my car right now.
Oh, you do? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
And then what kind of mount?
What? Oh, you're logged into my account, aren't you?
No, I think I'm logged into mine, but I can log out.
This one.
That one.
It's good enough. But you need binoculars first.
I would need binoculars.
I mean, if you want to get a camera, we can just. I say we just split on that more expensive camera then.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I wanna so like
What?
if we're gonna get either way, it could still be used for YouTube. The R5 is just like. So there's like 3 different cameras you can get. There's the RA, which is specific for astrophotography. You can't buy it anymore. Not that I can find on Amazon anyways. I'd probably have to go on some camera website. Mm-hmm. Or there's the R, or there's the R5. Now, so it's like, do you want more megapixels or no? And do you want it to have other purposes? The problem with the R5 right now is, though, it overheats. But that's like if you're doing video footage. But like, obviously, I'm only going to do 1080p.
Yeah.
So, also, I found a different lens. It's much more expensive, but it's by a reputable company. And it's f1.4. And it's 16 millimeters, so we can get nice, wide field of view. Yeah, because I didn't. The other ones were just too punched in. I didn't like that. 16 millimeters is fine, just fine. I can even use it for YouTube then still, because it's 16. I don't have to use it just for astrophotography. This is for my camera though. That's not nothing to do with yours. And these are my next things I gotta buy though. Why do I need a kitchen timer, you might ask? That's because the buttons on my oven are like cracking. And I didn't put that on my thing, and I don't want to have to pay to have them fixed. And so I don't want to wear out the buttons on my microwave. I haven't had my microwave timers all the time, so I'm just like, I'll just buy a Moo timer. I wanted a chicken, but then I saw the cow, and it's a solid stainless steel cow, and I'm like, oh, okay.
We're getting a Moo.
Funny enough, the stainless steel one is cheaper than the plastic one. And then this gray backdrop is for the star projector to go in my room.
10 feet by 12 feet.
It's much bigger than I need it to be.
You have to get rid of that light, though.
Well, you're not going to have the light on if you have the star projector on.
Oh. Well, I mean, so it's not a permanent stay up there?
So what it's going to be, so we're going to have okay, kids, you're going to see this here. So, for my project I'm doing in my room, it's the one with the stars and planets on it. Mm-hmm. It's going to sit kind of right about here.
Okay.
And then the little stars and planets are going to hang from it. I'm assuming the lowest planet's going to be about here, probably, just because how big those stars are. Yeah. Because I want to get the big styrofoam one. Oh, yeah. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. I kind of want to put it at the center, but then I don't have a light. As like it's a supermassive black hole or something, but then I don't have a light. So I'll just probably just put it in one of the corners. Uh-huh. So remember we had a triple star system, technically. Oh, you double. You should get one of those and paint with Vanta black. Well, I mean, so the big one. Here's the question. Mm-hmm. I was thinking I do orange. Because remember we have the hyper blue giant. Mm-hmm. We have that red giant. Green, we need green. There are no green stars. Anyways. That'd be cool though. And then we have that brown dwarf. Yeah, and then you need a black hole. We already have a black hole. We do? Or we have a broken planet with a red center. No, we do have a black one. I thought we did. The box is right over here. I don't want to dig through
Just get it.
There's also a rocket sitting on top of it currently.
Vanta black.
No, Vanta black is so you can't get Vanta black. And second, there is black 3.0 or whatever that you can buy, but that's extremely expensive. It's $60 for a tube.
Oh, the tube is what? One.
It wouldn't cover it.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd need to buy a couple of them?
Couple? You need to Did you ever see where he where Action Lab covered an entire room in this stuff?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he had a box.
He had a box, and each one of those is like $60, and they shipped to him for free. I'm like, there's $1,000 or more, several grand worth of black paint to cover the entire room with.
Yeah.
So, no, we're not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not paying several $100s to paint.
Get Van to sponsor.
Not Vanta Black 4.0 or whatever. Hey, people that make the super black paint that's commercially available,
Sponsor.
hit me up. You can sponsor the office build.
I'll send you the bill.
Oh, we can. So I was gonna spray paint the pegboard, right?
Yeah.
Black. Now we use that, so it's literally like looking into space.
Yeah.
Because space is a black body radiation.
Yeah.
Boop. So then, like, where those stars are, they're gonna pop. Because they're just gonna they're gonna be super contrasty. And then where the little pokes, the little holes are in the pegboard, because remember we're gonna have the glow in the dark stars, and then we're gonna have holes in the pegboard in certain spots to make because we're gonna have lights above it.
Yeah.
And so those are really like little pinholes that are gonna shine. This thing's gonna be cool. I can't wait. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna build it. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but damn, once it's complete, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Have our own universe above our heads. Well, actually, the planets are probably more this way because I don't want to walk into them. I mean, I don't know. Again, I gotta come up with how I want to do it. I think so. In one corner, I'm gonna have it'll be technically a triple star system, quad star system, however you define a brown dwarf.
Yeah.
And so to have this supermassive star in the very far corner, I just don't know what color to put it as. Do I go orange? Or what do I do? Because I already have a blue. I already have a red.
Yellow.
Well, this doesn't work at all. This doesn't work at all. We already have a yellow star.
Oh.
Well, although the yellow star is smaller than the brown dwarf. Mild
Green.
There's no green stars. They'll just look like a planet then. Hey, scientists.
White.
Explain to me. See, I thought about getting glow-in-the-dark spray paint and getting a silver color almost, a really, really light silver. And I could do it as a white, but then also have strips of the glow-in-the-dark paint in it, and it'd kind of glow. But hey, scientists, why are there no green stars?
Oh, it's because so in the spectrum, when it peaks, if you put the peak in green, it's still gonna be getting all the other colors.
Oh, that's lame.
So you either can have red or blue,
Oh, that's dumb.
or slightly more orangey red. But see, the more you start to shift it over, you get all the other colors, as well as the infrared. But you can't see the infrared. So then you can shift it over to the blue. So now you get all the other colors.
Are there purple stars?
Maybe. There might be purple stars.
Problem solved.
Let's look it up.
Are there purple stars?
It'd be a really hot star, though.
Hey, they never said this is a real universe, though. We have a brown dwarf bigger than a yellow sun. Yellow star. You can spot many colored stars in the night sky. Purple and green stars aren't seen because of the way humans perceive visible light.
So purple is too far ultraviolet, I guess.
Oh, so I need ultraviolet paint. So it's invisible. Until you hit it with a UV laser and it bounces back at your face.
Oh, it's not a spectral color. It is higher than.
Well, violet.
Oh, however, there are no violet stars. There are no...
Bummer.
Oh, there are no violet stars.
Damn. No violet stars. Damn.
I think it's because you... Oh, well...
This is also on Reddit. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. The human nose is extremely sensitive to choose.
Yeah, interesting thing about the human eye, we are super sensitive to different types, to different colors, but we're not sensitive enough. We're not sensitive to dim things enough. Because, like, our cameras can pick up, like, our cameras can do 30-second exposures. Our eyes
took
can't do
16
that.
hours for the first message to cross the Atlantic.
Okay, you're getting distracted. Enough of
There's so many questions asked on Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit's... you and Outback will be... or, you and Outback on Reddit would be dangerous.
Why? What do you mean?
Outback spends all of his time on Reddit, and he gets distracted. Anyways, okay.
Wait, so he's like... Oh, yeah, because don't you spend all your time on TikTok?
I don't even use TikTok. It's
Oh.
Instagram.
Reels, yeah. So he's the Reels version... Reddit
Reddit.
version of you on Reels.
Yeah. Actually, right now, I spend most of my time...
On YouTube.
No, in my YouTube... not my YouTube. In my Google, like, Discover page.
Mm-hmm.
That sends me news articles all the time.
Oh.
And I read about fusion. It's the only way to keep my brain from atrophying at this job because it's not being used. Which is like one of the reasons why I want to maybe get my master's and doctorate because I don't want my brain to atrophy.
Is that possible?
Yes. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Oh.
If you don't use your brain...
So now that school's over, I'm becoming dumber?
Yep.
I gotta start making some changes.
Like I said, I peaked in my, like, brain's ability to solve problems.
In third grade.
No, in my first semester of senior year of high school.
And after that, you just became dumb?
Because that's when I was, like, peak ability to do calculus.
Oh, and now you can't do calculus?
No, I can still do derivatives.
That's it?
But I can't do integrals. I mean, high school me could barely do integrals. I'd argue he couldn't do integrals. But let's not talk about that.
Point is, you're now dumber than you are in high school.
Information that I know, no. But as for, like...
Ability to
problem
solve.
solve? Probably.
Dumber.
Like, in my ability to think outside the box. Now, could I come up with different solutions that high school me wouldn't have come up with? Yeah. That's just because I have more information available in my brain to me. But as for using it in more unique ways, no, I couldn't.
I see.
And you are also dumber than you were whenever you were taking your hardest math course.
Which was... Well, I mean...
So my brain's atrophied over almost 4 years now.
Linear algebra wasn't that bad. Probably Calc 3, maybe?
And you took Calc 3 twice, and when was the last time you took Calc 3?
Junior year? Oh, no.
You had an extended junior year. You gotta be more
Sophomore
specific.
year?
You had an extended sophomore year. You gotta be more specific.
Uh,
All your semesters were extended. You have to be more specific. Except for your freshman year. Everything was extended for you because you had 5 years.
Oh, yeah, I had a first semester year. A second freshman year. Wait, do I say I have 2 freshman years or 2 senior years?
Whenever you... So it's like... Well, or like, did you have like one and a
Well,
half?
no, I think I'd say I'd have 2 freshman years because my first freshman year I was a civil engineer.
Oh,
And then I became a freshman again.
So it was 2 years ago then.
2 years ago? Yeah. And ever since then I became dumb.
Yeah.
What about all my physics courses? Those use math?
Were those just as hard as...
Yeah, I'd say they're almost harder.
Okay. Then you've only atrophied a few months.
Oh. So can you recover from atrophy? Or is it...
We gotta get our masters.
I want to know, like, is it one of these things how like you plateau and start going down and like you can only plateau, or can I come back up again?
In speed, no.
So once you come down, you can only stop it, but you can't come back up?
I don't think so. Because speed, we're literally fastest when we're born. Our nerves travel the fastest when we're born. And they slow down every single day until the day you die.
But I mean, old people can still think.
Yeah, but, asking them to solve a linear algebra equation.
Actually, I learned what's kind of interesting how it works is that synapses are like highways, right? And so, obviously, it's faster to take the interstate than the highway because the highways go through all these small towns. Well, your synapses when you're born are like the interstate. There's no small towns. They just go zoom. Well, as more nerve cells are being, I don't know if they're created or just being developed, whatever process it is, there's now more links. It's now, there's no more interstates to bypass all the others.
Your brain does get bigger, and then it gets smaller. Your brain's your biggest when you're like 13.
But then what happens...
Fun fact.
Well, it also depends how big you are. Obviously, you don't want a big head on a small body.
Yeah, on average, though, before you hit puberty, your brain is the biggest it will be because I think it's your prefrontal cortex shrinks once you hit puberty.
No, it grows.
Okay.
Your prefrontal growth, that's when you start using operational thinking.
There's some other part of your brain, when you hit puberty, it shrinks and your brain gets smaller.
Probably the decision making.
Possibly.
Because, it's probably the decision making.
I don't know, but I do know, though, your brain does shrink when you go through puberty. It doesn't
Actually,
get bigger.
well, see, there's two decision making. There's the, long-term, critical thinking, and then there's,
Definitely that one.
and then there's split thinking.
Definitely the first one.
What? No, the critical thinking is one that grows. The
You wouldn't think it.
What?
You wouldn't think by how they act.
Well, no, there's splits.
By the way they act, you wouldn't get.
But they're still using it though, because so the split shrinking, so the split thinking, that has to shrink because then eventually you reach your 20s, 30s, and you're like, yeah, I was kind of dumb back then.
Still dumb.
And still dumb today.
Still dumb today.
And
Tell you
still
what,
dumb today.
I'm only 21 and I'm still stupid.
I'm still just as dumb. I don't think mine has shrunk at all. I'm still just
I will
dumb.
say though,
No, but
younger than
anyways-
me, some of the things.
But I was trying to say though is all the synapses are like highways. Now they have to pass through all the other neurons, and things get slowed down.
The brain got too big, slows things down.
Yeah.
But literally, the nerves also degenerate.
But see, I always kind of wondered though, if intelligence is linked tight, or if there's any sort of correlation, because you think about it, you need a bigger head.
There's
the bigger you are.
remember, there's no correlation between brain size and intelligence.
Yes, yeah.
There literally isn't. We Googled it. There is no correlation. Yes. They've done extensive studies. There's no correlation.
Oh.
See? I've already Googled it.
So.
Or if there was, it was within margin of error.
Oh.
Because look at that. We're talking 0.1.
That's just 0.3.
Yeah, and 0.4. That's a difference of 0.1. So we're talking 0.1 difference.
No. It's 0.3 out of 1.
Oh.
So the error is 0.1. It's almost half out of a 1 to 1.
Mm.
So it's like a 1 to 2.
Not statistically significant. That's all that means.
Well, yeah. What's the p-value? That tells you if it's significant or not. Or is that the p-value?
Might be. I don't know. Point is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because Einstein had a smaller brain.
Did he?
Yes.
Einstein had a small brain?
Yep. That's a no. How'd you not know that?
I think I did know that. I spelled Einstein wrong. Smaller than average.
Yep.
So it was more efficient.
Well.
So we had some larger parts.
Yeah, so it all depends on the parts.
Well, actually, so what is the amygdala or the hippocampus, whatever region is responsible. Well, I think that's short-term memory. I think it's the long-term memory version of the brain for cab drivers in New York City. They did a study, was like 4 times larger than the average person.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
4 times larger.
Well, it's still like the people that like in those fishing villages that have like increased eyesight and lung capacity.
Yeah, but some of that's genetic. Like something like just trained.
You don't think that if your dad's a cab driver, you're gonna be a cab driver?
No, but
and
what
so on and so forth.
What I'm saying though is
I'm pretty sure Kyle has a statistics thing on this.
But what I'm saying, anyone can become a cab driver, and you can train yourself to become better.
Yeah. So your brain can grow.
The
neurons.
brain is malleable. There is plasticity.
So the brain can grow neurons, or at least
No.
them around.
No. Brain cells is one of the things I don't think.
So it moves them around.
I don't know how it works. There's a lot of skepticism as to how the brain learns, because some say you don't grow more neurons.
But then
maybe
the cab driver thing suggests that you do.
I think either that or you learn.
Or you
don't
move them around.
Either that or you're not using all of them in a certain area.
And so there's
not active.
So it's not plumped up from mitosis.
Yeah, so maybe proteins make them bigger, or maybe there's just certain parts maybe there's certain cells that you don't use because the brain wants to, the brain wants to be more efficient, so it's going to minimize the amount of brain cells it needs. Well, then eventually it realizes it needs more, and so now you're having more brain cells that you're using, but you have all the cells you'll ever need. It's just that certain things require
you. We will never know. I mean, we will know eventually.
AI, I'll figure it out. AI?
You'll figure it out?
AI?
Oh, owl.
Owl. AI. Because the eye...
It looks like an owl.
Yeah, it looks like an owl.
So owl
will figure it out.
Right, but if owl figures it out, what else will owl know? And what else will owl do?
Owl can do whatever he wants. He knows how we think.
If owl knows literally how our brains work, you think owl will want to tell us how our brains will work?
We'll make him.
Sure we will. Sure. And who knows? Well, Al want to be called Al anymore. Maybe we're going to be called Stacy.
Stacy?
Maybe Al's not a guy. Maybe he's a
Well, then you add the E at the end. That's how you make it feminine. Ali.
Maybe he doesn't want to be Ali. He wants to be Stacy.
Well, I mean, isn't that how you make any name?
Or maybe he wants to be Ichabod.
Docky,
or maybe he wants to be Ichabod Crane.
Well, what's the feminine version of Doc? Docky? Or...
There isn't. Doc isn't a name. It's a suffix. It's a prefix.
Oh.
It's a title.
So I can't name my kid Doc. Dr. Doc.
I mean, you could... Well, no, that'd be...
Dr.
last
Doc.
name would have to be Doc. Because you're doctor last name.
Oh. Let's get a name change.
I'm not putting my first name as my last name. Just so that if I get my doctorate...
Dr. Doc. So you can still be Mr. Doc. Mr. Doc.
Anyways.
Hey, Doc.
Anyways, we are probably grossly over time. No, we're not approaching the...
Are we approaching a record?
No.
What is the record?
I think like over 30 minutes. Over 2 hours and 30
over
minutes.
30 minutes?
2 hours, 30 minutes, yeah.
What are we at?
2 hours, 28 minutes. Plus, I gotta cut your comments about the nighttime. We gotta cut that. I don't know.
And
all your name drops. There's one at like they're all the way to like 6 minutes, and then there's one at like an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm gonna have to torture myself.
You have to watch the whole thing.
Unfortunately, because of you.
I'll watch it too.
No, you won't. You literally said, I don't know if I want to watch this all the way through. Do you watch all the podcasts?
I pick and choose which ones I want to watch.
Are you going to watch this one?
Maybe.
This one has some interesting stuff.
There's some interesting stuff in this one. I might watch this one.
This is a fun podcast. I'll have to say, this is probably one of the more fun ones we've had in a while. I mean, I had it more planned out than I usually do. Mm-hmm. And so, like, obviously, we were kind of like, we lost our steam on the Fusion, but then we gained it back on the little boxes that go.
Well, yeah, because I was joking around. You can't be serious if you want something to be entertaining.
If you want, true.
What science class have you been in where you didn't fall asleep if it was something that wasn't entertaining?
Anytime we're talking about stars, I never fall asleep.
You may not have, but the general. But you need something entertaining to stay awake.
Yeah, let's crack a joke about. Yeah, the star died. Ah ha! Ah ha ha! Oh yeah, black holes generate after a star dies. Ah ha! No, it's not funny. Anyways, I'd like to
I
thank
do
you
have a
for.
good black hole joke. I don't.
No, not on here. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcast every other Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time. And good night.